Hi. So we're going to be continuing Love and Pretend today. I'm really excited. We did 2 chapters of Kazuma's story last, and he ended the last chapter with amnesia, which I thought was wild and not where I thought this game would go. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Yeah. But we're gonna see how it continues. I also realized this yesterday when I was looking at this. I'm doing this almost in order if you were like clockwise starting here, and it's just gonna go around. So I did him already. We're doing Kazuma. We're gonna go to Yukito next and then Riku last. So exciting. I didn't plan that. All right. Ready. Okay. It was after I left the hospital in despair. Later, I'd heard more details of the accident from Kazuma's mother. After Kazuma left work that day, he saw a car lose control when the driver mixed up the gas and brake pedals. Kazuma was struck by the car when he tried to save a woman from being hit. While the other pedestrian had been unhurt, the impact broke Kazuma's right hand. His hand smacked against the ground, which seemed to be the traumatic brain head. His head smacked against the ground, which seemed to be the traumatic brain injury responsible for his memory loss. Such were the results of his examination. I was like, how did he lose memory hitting his hand on the ground? Back to our room with our teddy bear. It's admirable and so like Kazuma to get hurt while saving someone else, but I can't help but wonder, why did he have to get hurt helping someone he didn't even know? Ooh. I was filled with self-loathing for having such heartless thoughts. I sluggishly sat up in my bed and looked into a mirror close at hand. I'm so pale, and my hair looks like a rat's nest. If Kazuma saw me now, maybe he'd laugh in resignation and do my makeup for me. Old Kazuma. I could feel the tears coming on, so I forced myself to get out of bed. I need to pull it together. Who are you? Man. If I heard him say that again, my heart might break. But I can't run from reality. Kazuma is probably suffering the most because of his memory loss. Besides, he always tries to cheer me up when I'm feeling down. This time I have to be there for him. Bum bum. 5 days after Kazuma was admitted, Kazuma's mom told me last night that his tests were finished and his mental state had stabilized. I could finally pay him a visit. Fortunately, I didn't have any chance or classes or a task from Professor Asagi to worry about. I visited Kazuma at his hospital room once more. We saw the bandage on his head to get rid of it. Hi, Kazuma. How are you feeling? You're from the other day. Lee Uda. It's definitely it. I mean, I just told you my name. Yeah, I think that's it. He doesn't remember at all. I weathered his suspicious gaze and took a book out of my bag. I was wondering if these might help you out a little. What are these? Oop. Oh, I see. Sorry, I pressed a button. I was like, is it a game? They're yearbooks from junior high and high school we both went to. Your mom said you hadn't seen them yet, so I brought them to help you remember. Is that a yearbook? That looks like personal photos. Look, you're in these photos, see? That's me next to you. Any of it ring a bell? And over here, this is from our high school festival. You were already interested in fashion back enough. Huh? Ooh, the yearbooks and stuff, memories. I don't really want to see them. I feel like that's a bit sudden, all right? It's extremely annoying to have stuff like this pushed on me. Kazuma forcefully moved his arm, knocking the yearbooks off the bed. Although he seemed briefly shocked by the dull thud of the books hitting the floor, he soon looked away. I just wanted... You wouldn't understand. When I woke up, I was in this hospital. Everyone who visits, sorry, I thought that'd be a lot longer. Everyone who visits tells me that the person I am now isn't real. I've only forgotten who I am, so I should just remember already. How do you think that feels? Oh, he's right. From Kazuma's point of view, people are just trying to force someone else's life onto him. To this Kazuma, I'm just another stranger. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pushed this on you without considering your feelings. It's okay. It's okay. Don't apologize. I'm sorry for knocking those yearbooks of yours to the floor. Even I can tell how worried you are about me. It's just scary to have a total stranger getting so emotional over my well-being. The Uda. Huh? My name, sorry. If you've forgotten me, then we can start from there. I heard you. What? Your name. I heard it earlier. Oh, but you didn't care to remember it, did you? Well, now you'll definitely remember, so you can't say I'm a stranger anymore. The heck? Someone doesn't stop being a stranger just because you know their name. Okay. Uda. When you put it that way, it sure sounds like I could have heard it before. I couldn't help but grin when I heard him chuckle. What's so funny? Nothing. I was just thinking that you really are Kazuma. Your smile is the same one I've always known. Sorry. It's okay. Anyways, I'll be going home for today. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll take the yearbooks too. They're in the way, right? What's wrong? I don't know if I'll look at them, but if you don't mind leaving them. Oh, sure. I'll leave them here. Please take a look through if you feel like it. Okay. See you tomorrow then. Jana, later. I picked up the yearbooks and left them in the place he could easily reach, then left the hospital room. I wonder if we're closer now, even if it was just the first step. Dun dun. As promised, I went back the next day. Kazuma, how are you feeling? It's you. You really came. And the next day... Here I am. You again. Do college students have this much free time? I'm not skipping classes, you know. I had a lecture this morning. I squeezed my hospital visits between the various obligations I had as a student. By the way, do you have your own phone? Yeah, I do. Do you know how to use it? Any problems? More or less. There's a lot of apps I don't recognize, so I'm learning them a little at a time. Like this messaging app, Ring, I think. There's a lot to wrap my head around, so I haven't looked too deeply. That works. I remember that Ring replaced calls and text, and that's free to use. If you told me an app like that existed, I would have laughed at you before. Everyone just takes it for granted. That's why my email folder is just full of spam. Right. Ring did come out about 10 years ago. It's so ubiquitous now that it feels like I've been using it my whole life. I visited every day, even if I could only spare a few minutes.
そういや、今日昼間に俺が助けたって子がお見舞いに来てくれてさ、かすり傷ぐらいで済んだってめっちゃ感謝された。
The woman I supposedly saved came to visit me around noon today. She was grateful I only got off with a scratch. That's nice.
正直事故の瞬間も忘れてるからさ、あんまりピンときてないんだけど。
It didn't really hit home since I don't remember the accident.
まあでも、助けた理由はなんとなく、ちょっとあんたに似てた。
Maybe the reason I saved her is because she kind of looked like you. Excuse me? Who looks like me?
ああ、いや、なんでもない。
Nothing.
会わなくてよかったよ。
Just glad you didn't run into her. Why?
結構可愛かったから、あんたに嫉妬されたら困るしな。
It was pretty cute. I wouldn't want you to get jealous. It's not like I'm jealous or anything. It didn't seem like he recovered any memories, but I was happy that it felt like our old relationship was slowly coming back. It's not necessarily good. You have to view them as two different people. Do I have? Oh no. Apparently. My glasses scratched my face. Kazuma, I brought a change of clothes from your mom.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. They did a CT scan on your head today, right? Do you know the results? Computerized tomography. It uses x-rays to capture images of the internal body. Kazuma had a CT scan on his brain. Didn't think that'd go on our glossary, honestly. They didn't tell me yet. They didn't say that. But they said that if they can confirm my brain isn't bleeding or anything weird, they can discharge me after some more observation. Apparently my hand had a clean break, so they can just cast it and have me come in as needed. If there's no real reason to keep me here for my brain, they're going to switch me to regular follow-up visits instead. Oh, that's great. I hope. I'm kind of happy to be leaving the hospital, but maybe it's not a good idea. My memories are still gone. If I went home, I wouldn't have any idea what to do. You can't remember how to do your job? I can't remember. I was a hair and makeup artist, right? Some of my coworkers stopped by and told me a lot of stuff, but none of it really clicked. I see. Miss Kayama must have came by to visit out of concern too, but if he can't remember, then what's going to happen to him? He was finally given more responsibilities at work, and he was thinking about his future. I shook my head to ward off the uneasiness, and something next to the bed caught my eye. Are those the yearbooks I left? Did you look at them? Not much else I can do. I can only move my left hand. That's okay. I hope I didn't make you feel pressured to look at them, but I'm glad they helped kill some time. Yeah, I actually noticed this in the junior yearbook, but why are all your pictures with me? There aren't any pictures of you with other people. Well, back in junior high, you were pretty much the only person I was close to. Were you bullied? No, actually, I think my other friends were trying to be considerate. I grew up without a father, and my mom passed away when I was in 5th grade. After that, I lived with my grandma. I was so busy taking care of the house in junior high, I didn't really have time to hang out. Felt bad about telling them no all the time. So I was the one who became friends with you? Yeah, I guess. Sometimes my friends would talk about their fathers buying them presents, aquarium trips with their families, stuff like that. It always got really awkward when I was around. Wasn't it hard to hear all that? Not really. Like I said, I was never bullied or teased or anything, and I liked reading books by myself, so I didn't feel lonely either. But people around me felt bad about saying those things, you know? They must have felt guilty. You can say the right thing to smooth over touchy moments like that, but I was just a kid. I didn't know how to approach them. Recalling the bittersweet memories, I smiled wearily.
嘘だろ。
You're lying. Huh?
このアルバムに写ってるあんたの顔見りゃわかる。
I can tell when I look at your face in these yearbook
一人で
photos.
平気とか周りに気を使わせて申し訳ないだとか、そんな言い訳して。周りに気を使ってんのはお前じゃねえか。
You say you're fine being alone or that they were being considerate because they felt guilty, but you're the one making
それが普通
excuses.
だからって自分騙しても一人ぼっちが寂しくないわけね。
Even if you lied to yourself, that it's normal. There's no way you didn't feel lonely being all by yourself. Kazuma was scowling like a sulking child, and my eyes widened with surprise. Suppose I was trying not to think about it back then. But looking back on it now, maybe I was a little lonely. Still, I wasn't exactly all by myself. Kazuma looked confused, so I smiled and pointed at the photo of the two of us. You were there for me, Kazuma. You treated me no different than any of the other kids. Even when everyone else kept their distance, you stopped right in with a helping hand. When I was hesitant, you gave me that push to mingle with the classmates again. That's how I got through junior high without ever feeling truly lonely.
そっか。だから高校のアルバムは割と他のやつとも写ってんだな。
So that's why there's more pictures of you with other people in high school. Well, I never did make too many friends because of some personal
問題って
issues, such as I sucked at communicating, I guess.
あ
But really, you saved me in so many ways.
そっか。覚えてねえけど。グッ
I
ジョブだ
see.
な俺。
I don't remember a lick of it, but good job, me. Flustered by the deep gratitude in my voice, Kazuma averted his eyes.
つうかあれだ。そもそもあんたって俺の何なの？
Anyway, who are you supposed to be to me? What's that supposed to mean? We're friends, like I said before.
だってただの友人だったらこんなに毎日見舞いに来ないだろ。
If we're just friends, would you really be coming to visit me
専
every
門時代
day?
の友達だっていうのとか、職場の人も来てくれたけど、みんな普通の見舞いだったし。
People who said they were coworkers or classmates from trade school came here, but those were just
こ
normal
んな何度
visits.
も来てじっくり話してくのってさ。家族以外ではあんただけだから。
Besides my family, you're the only person who comes to see and talk to me every day. Who am I to Kazuma? It was a painful question for me, too. If I said we are together, I gulped nervously. I knew this Kazuma wasn't the same Kazuma I'd grown up with. Yet it still took some courage to say the next words. If I told you we were a couple, would you believe me?
いや、信じねえ。
Nope. That was fast. It took everything I had to say that. Kazuma returning my resentful look with a shrug.
だってあんた、彼氏いるだろ。
I mean, you already have a boyfriend, don't you? Me? A
こ
boyfriend?
の間、最初の日だったっけ？病院の前で話してたじゃん。ほら。
The day we met, you were talking to that smooth, handsome guy in front of the hospital. Smooth, handsome guy? Riku!
そっか。顔色が悪いのは
You're pale because you were crying. No, not really. The flashback. I don't need to read flashbacks. Are you talking about Nishijima? He's not my
にして
boyfriend.
は随分仲良さそうに見えたけどな。
He seemed pretty
泣い
friendly.
てるとこ慰めてもらってたし。なんか肩とか抱かれて一緒にタクシー乗ってったろ。
He comforted you when you were crying, put his arm around your shoulder. He even got into a taxi with you. You were
た
watching.
またま窓から見えただけ。悪いかよ。
I just happened to see it out the window. Should I not have? I was crying because of you, Kazuma. Kazuma frowned and turned away from me. What should I do? He wasn't like this when Miss Kayama was here before. I don't want him to get the wrong idea, but how much should I explain to him? Kazuma, as for my boyfriend, it's actually With more than a little hesitation, I tried to explain when suddenly a light knock on the door interrupted our conversation. Pardon us.
よかった。Kamikubo 君の病室。こ
So
こで会った。
everybody, we got the right room. Hi, Nishijima. Hi, Makino. Even Sina was here. Wow.
上田さんも来てたんですね。お久しぶりです。
So you're here too. Miss Uda, it's been a while. It really has. My work with Professor Asagi has slowed down for now, so it's been a while since Team Makino got together.
再会を祝してシャンパンでもどう？
Should I break out the champagne?
だけど
For the big reunion then? I mean, I'd like to, but
今回ばかりはマジでそんな冗談言ってられそうにないね。
looks like it's not really the time for jokes.
上久保くん、体の方は大丈夫ですか？
How are you feeling?
手は骨折だけなんですよね。
You just broke your hand,
記
right?
憶喪失とは聞きましたけど、やっぱり僕たちのことも。
I heard you have some memory loss, but maybe you remember us?
ダメダメ、はるみちゃん。一気に質問したらアウトっしょ。
Harumi, you can't just dump a bunch of questions on him like
多分
that.
今のカズマちゃん側からしたら、俺たちとは初対面なわけだし。
From our dear Kazuma's point of view, we've probably never met.
そうでした。すみません。つい心配で。
You're right, sorry. I was just worried.
いや、別に。
No, I'm sorry too.
それにしても、記憶喪失か。ドラマではよく聞くけど、リアルで見るのは初めてだ
Make it
ね。
better if you remark on it, guys. Memory loss, huh? It's a common plot element, but this is the first time seeing it in real life.
ここ10年の記憶がないって聞いたけど、医師はなんて言ってるの？
I heard you lost about 10 years of memory. What did the doctor say? They said there's no damage or bleeding in his skull or his brain, so they're just keeping an eye on him for now.
肉体的に異常がないとなると、逆に厄介そうだね、それ。
Sounds more challenging since they can't find a physical injury to speak of. Yeah, right now they don't know whether his memory will
あ
return.
りましたね。漫画なら同じショックを与えて治すところなんでしょうけど。
It's tough. If this were a manga, you could heal him by making him go through the same trauma that caused it.
それ、交通事故になっちゃわない？
You want to hit him with a car? Okay, no, that idea goes out the window right now.
すみませんでした。
Sorry. Kazuma looked uneasy as he watched us banter. He really doesn't remember them, even though they were so friendly at camp. Kazuma, let me introduce you. These three worked with us on the move.
いい。
I'm good, thanks. For some reason, Kazuma interrupted me and glared at Nishijima.
あんたこいつの彼氏。
Are you her boyfriend?
はい。
What?
マジ？
Bruh.
彼氏まさかあの合宿中に僕の知らない物語が
Don't tell me, was it during the camp? A romance blossomed right under my nose? Nothing blossomed anywhere. Why are you asking him that? I just said it, that it wasn't like that.
けど、妙に親しかったし。
You're so friendly. I mean, look. There's nothing to look at.
記憶喪失のせいか面白い勘違いしちゃってるね。
The memory loss is causing a pretty funny
とい
mix-up.
うかさ、カズマちゃん。もしそうだったらどうするわけ？
So Kazuma, what if they are together?
どうするって？
What do you mean? Sina,
西
please.
島さんがこの子の恋人だったら。
If
それで君どうするの？
If Nishijima is her boyfriend, what are you gonna do about it?
それは。
Nothing.
でもなんか。彼氏とか。
But why do I feel so uncomfortable about the idea? A smirk glittered onto Sina's face as he watched Kazuma flounder.
なる。けなげっつうか、たとえ記憶を失ったとしても、中堅くんは中堅くんってことかな。
He's healthy, all right. That is, even if the memories are gone, a loyal guard dog will always be loyal.
中堅くんって何？
What's this about a guard dog? Nothing you need to remember.
つうか、この様子だと何から何までなくしたわけじゃなさそうだね。
Looking at him right now, I don't think he's forgotten everything.
どういうことですか？
What do you mean?
記憶が抜け落ちたと言っても消滅したわけじゃないってこと。
The memories may be
ですよね、
buried,
セナさん。
but they haven't disappeared, right, Sina?
そうそう。ガチで記憶なかったら言葉だっておぼつかないだろうしさ。
Yep, if he had truly lost his memory, he wouldn't sound so unsure.
いや、それは10年前だっけ。それまでのことは覚えてるし、普通の生活は問題ないから。
Well, what was it? 10 years? I remember everything up until then, and it's not getting in the way of my daily life. Beyond 10 years ago. Oh, right, your phone.
スマホがどうした？
What about it? You can use modern smartphone without any trouble.
なるほど。10年でしたら、それなりに機種変更していますよね。
Phones indeed have changed a lot in the last
僕
decade.
も前の機種は5年ほど使い続けていましたが、日本に戻ってきて買い替えた時は、使いこなすのにかなりの時間がかかりました。
I used an older model about 5 years ago, but when I came back to Japan and bought a new phone, it took a while to get used to.
日本に戻って。
When we came back to Japan. Makono studied abroad in England through high school. We can talk about that later. Normally, getting used to a new model of phone would be a real learning curve, but you didn't seem to have any issues. Speaking of new models of phone, I got a new phone last week, and I am still getting used to it. It's driving me crazy. Can I do this? Can I do this? Let's see. Can you see him? That's my beautiful boy. Yes. It's changed all my apps because they hadn't been updating. My old phone was 5 or 6 years old. I can't remember. And the only reason we decided to upgrade it was because a bunch of stuff was needing to update, but couldn't update anymore because my phone doesn't support the updates. And there was a ton of apps I couldn't download because the apps wouldn't work on my phone. So I finally upgraded. I got the K-drama phone of my dreams. I just need to add like a charm to it. It's gonna be great. All right.
それに10年前だったら小学生。でも会話してる限りは僕たちの知ってる上久保くんと何も変わらないよね。
Also, 10 years ago, you would have been in elementary school, but right now, you don't seem any different from the Kazuma we know. That's true. We don't know where he is at age-wise, but he's aware that he's an
ほ
adult.
らね。詳しく調べたらもっとあると思うよ。そういうの。
See? I bet you can dig up more tidbits like that if we try. You mean...
うまく記憶を刺激すれば、戻る可能性が高い。
These guys aren't doctors. They can't say this. There's a good chance his memories will return with proper
さすが
stimulation.
にそこまではなんとも。僕たちも医師ってわけじゃないですし。
I wouldn't jump to conclusions. We're not doctors after all. But this means there's still hope. If Kazuma's memories really return,
そういうことなら僕たちも多少は手伝えるかな。合宿の思い出を話したりとか。
In that case, perhaps we can lend a hand. We could talk about the summer camp.
ああ、確かに波乱万丈でしたし、記憶は刺激されそうですね。
It certainly was a roller coaster, but that'll get his neurons firing. What camp? We'll explain that too. Kazuma stared in wide-eyed surprise, so I opened my mouth to explain.
記憶に刺激って意味だったらさ、とっておきのが一つあんじゃん。
Well, the point is to stimulate his memories. How about this bombshell? Sina smirked at his little interjection, apparently ready to say something big.
とっておきですか？
What
カ
bombshell?
ズマちゃんとこの子の記念すべき告白シーン。
A touching confession scene between Kazuma and Lee. What?
恋人なのは知ってるけど、そうなった経緯までは知らないし、俺も興味あるんだよね。
I know you two are together, but not much more than that. I'd be curious to see it, to tell you the truth. What did you say?
あれまだ聞いてないの？
Hasn't she told you you two are a couple? How did you...
ちょっと待ってください。僕も初耳なんですけど。
Hold on a second, no one told me about
僕
this.
は割と前に本人たちから一応聞いてたけど、現場でもちょっと話題になったし。
They've told me more or less. It was the subject of some gossip at work.
そんな、いつの間に。 僕だって
Oh, that's
仕
so
事でス
funny.
タジオに行った時とか、西島さんや上久保くんと喋っていたのに。
But when? I've been to the studio and talked to both Nishijima and Kamikubo.
まあ、はるみちゃんってば、そういう情報疎そうだもんね。
I guess it just doesn't seem like the kind of gossip you'd care about. What should I do? I forced myself to take some deep breaths while Sienna eyed me with a smirk. Kazuma doesn't remember, so I have to address it, but not like this.
俺も聞いてねえけど。どうして
Did
ちゃんと言わなか
say
ったんだ
something. I never heard about this. Why didn't you say something? Well,
まあ、言わなかった上田さんの気持ちもわかるよ。
I can understand how she
だって
feels.
そもそも、今の上久保くんは、上田さんのことすら忘れてる状態でしょ
After all, you forgot who she is, haven't you?
そんな相手に、恋人でしたなんて切り出すのも勇気がいるだろうし。
It'd take a lot of courage to tell someone you were an item.
そりゃそう。
That's true. An awkward silence fell over the room. Unsurprisingly, Makino was the first to break.
とりあえず、ここにお見舞いのフルーツを置いておきますから。
Here's the fruit we brought you as a get well
瀬名さん
present.
西島さん、僕たちはこの辺で帰りましょう。
Sina, Nitsujima, we should leave now.
それって気まずい空気にいたたまれなくなっただけだよね。
You're the only one who can't take the awkward silence?
その通りです。悪いですか？
That's exactly it. Is that a problem?
まあ、一通り話せたし、今日のところはこれで。
We have said what we came to say. Perhaps we should get going. Makino and Nishijima pushed Sina out of the room. Naturally, it got even more awkward now that Kazuma and I were alone. This is killing me. Kazuma, I think I'm gonna go.
いや、ちょっと待った。
Wait. Why is he
もう
stopping
少
me?
しだけ話したいし、少し外に出ねえか。
Want to talk a little more. Can we go outside? Can we? Been going to this room. Oh. The lush smell of nature tickled my nose as we left the stuffy, sterile air behind. There was a garden on the roof for parties to have a change of scenery. It hadn't been around when grandma was here, so it must have been recently added. Without a word, Cosmo and I sat down on a bench. I didn't expect it to turn out this way. Maybe I should have told him about our relationship sooner. If we had been a genuine couple, this would have been much easier, but our relationship wasn't real. It was a big fat lie, an act we had been forced into by our circumstances. Now that Kazuma had lost his memory, I was the only one who knew the truth.
ごめん。悪かった。
I'm so sorry. Huh? My jaw nearly dropped as Kazuma unexpectedly apologized. Where's that coming from? Why are you
俺が入
apologizing?
院したばっかの頃、あんた誰だとか、ひどいこと言っただろ。
Back when I was just hospitalized, I asked something really harsh. I asked who you were. Remember? I had no
あん
idea
た
you were my
しかも
girlfriend.
さっきのイケメンが彼氏なんじゃないかなんて。俺最低じゃん。
I even went and accused that hot guy of being your boyfriend too. God, I'm the worst.
謝っても許されねえかもしれねえけど。だから、ごめん。
Maybe words aren't enough, but I am sorry. You don't have to apologize. You forgot it. You forgot it all, didn't you? That's a reasonable reaction.
確かに最初はそうだったけど。
No, that was
その後
true at
自覚
first.
はあったんだ。
But I've come to realize something. What's that?
ぼんやりしたものだけどな。あんたが名前を名乗ったとき、妙にしっくりきたのもそうだし。
It's a vague feeling, but when you said your name, it just felt right somehow.
この男と話してたときも、なんかわけもなくもやっとしてて。
I start to get upset when I see you talking to other
どうしてなの
guys.
かってずっと疑問に思ってたんだけどさ。あんたが彼女だったなら納得。
I've been wondering why that is for a while now, but it all makes sense if you're my girlfriend. I
正直言って、ちょっと嬉しいってのもあるんだよな。
honestly, I'm really happy to know
最
that.
悪、記憶とか戻らなかったら仕方ねえし、このまま生きてくか、みたいに思ってたけどさ。
Worst case scenario, I thought my memory would never come back and I'd have to live like this
こんな可
forever.
愛い彼女との思い出を全部忘れてるとか心苦しいし。
It hurts to know that I've completely forgotten a girlfriend as cute
待っ
as
てろ
you.
よ。恋人のあんたのためにも、俺頑張って思い出すからさ。
Just you wait. Since you're my one and only girlfriend, I'll do my best to remember for you. Okay.
って急に名前で呼ぶとか、なんか照れくさいな。
Saying your name like that's embarrassing. Oh, he's blushing. I endured the painful pang in my chest and stared at the ground. What should I do? He's finally motivated to remember and he wants to do it for my sake. Should I dash his hopes by telling him it wasn't real?
どうしたんだよ。苦しげな顔で。
You
ま
look
さか調子で
uncomfortable.
も悪いのか。
Are you feeling all right? I'm fine. Kazuma, hear me out, okay? Do you really think it's true that we're together? Doesn't it sound like some kind of misunderstanding?
何言ってんだ。いや、それはねえって。間違いなく本当の話だろ。
What are you talking about? No way, it's definitely true. But how can you be so sure?
これだよ。
Because of this. He chuckled and showed me his phone screen. This is...
まだ全部は見れてないけどさ。俺も思い出したいと思ったから、自分のスマホの中、いろいろ調べてたんだよ。
I haven't read them all yet, but I've started looking at a bunch of stuff on my phone to try and
この
remember.
メッセージアプリ。
Like the messaging app
他の
Ring.
奴らからもちょいちょいメッセージ届くからさ。
I've been getting texts from people here and there.
お前とのフォルダ、なんていうんだ、ルーム。それが目に入ってさ。
When I checked, I saw this folder. What's it called? A chat? I caught my
中
eye.
見てみたら、ここ最近はこんなやりとりばっかで。
All our recent messages read
写
like
真とか
this.
さ。あと、カレンダーのメモに。あんたと会った日なのかな。
And the photos and these
すご
notes on
く
the
楽しそう
calendar.
に
This is when we met up
俺が
before,
書
right?
き込んでるんだよ。
Looks like I had a
あん
great
たと
time.
見て楽しい。ずっと一緒にいたいってさ。
I'm happy when I'm with Lee. I want to be with her forever. Stuff like that. Kazuma. Kazuma looked up at the sky. There was a glimmer in his eyes. He
正
smiled.
直、このデータだけじゃ、恋人だったのか、ギリ親友なのかって判断に迷ってたんだけどさ。
It's hard to tell from this whether we're a couple or just real close friends. I'm gonna tell you right now, that does not read like a real close
あ
friend.
んたには彼氏がいるんじゃないかって勝手に思ってたし。
I just went and assumed we were together.
でも、これだけは言える。
I can say this for sure.
上久保一馬は、あんたのことが大好きだったんだろうってさ。
This Kazuma Kamikubo guy was in love with Lee.
だから、今の俺は、あんたのことも全部忘れちまってるけど、
So even if the current me has forgotten who you
その
are,
時の気持ちに負けないように、今の俺も、あんたを知りたいと思ってる。
I want to get to know you better and to feel just as much as that Kazuma felt for you back
もち
then.
ろん、思い出せるのが一番いいけど、そうじゃねえと、自分がライバルになっちゃうかも。だから
Obviously, it'd be best if I could remember. Otherwise, it'd be competing with myself. His heartfelt words compounded the pain in my chest. I couldn't take it anymore. Tears welled up in my eyes and dripped to the ground.
どうしたんだよ。俺、まずいこと言ったか。
What's the matter? Did I say something wrong? No, you didn't. I just feel so terrible. I'm sorry. I'm so
な
sorry.
んで謝るんだよ。全然わけわからねえんだけど。
For what? I have no idea what's going on. My chest hurt. My head aches. My heart aches. I want to scream out loud, and it's not what he thinks. I want to tell him that we aren't a real couple, that it's a lie, a lie, a lie. But I can't. I just can't. Kazuma had been so open and honest with his feelings. I knew it was just an illusion. Our romance was just a defensive act of deception. That was precisely why I couldn't bring myself to say the words. Instead, I bottled up the guilt and let the tears fall. Why did it have to be this way? Now that he's lost his memory, Kazuma has clearly misunderstood our relationship. Only the old Kazuma and I know we were just pretending to be together. If I don't speak up, if I don't explain now, the illusion will become reality. I could accept Kazuma's affections as it is right now, even if his memories never return, but is it the right thing to do? This can't go on. I know I need to think seriously about our feelings for each other. Oh, I think it's fine. I think you're fine. I think you're being dramatic. I think you guys are already admitting that you wanted to date like right before. I wasn't able to come up with an answer in that moment, but Kazuma would be worried if I stopped visiting, so I continued the routine. A few days later, Professor Sagi had work for me that evening, so I decided to visit Kazuma during the day. But I wasn't the only one there this time.
あら、今日もお見舞いに来てくれたのね。
Hello, Lee. I see you came to visit him today, too. Ah, you're here,
え
Auntie.
ー
Hello.
ちょっと待っててね。こっちの話、先に終わらせちゃうから。
Just a moment. We'll finish our chat soon. I wonder what they're talking about. Kazuma's mom turned back to her son.
で、カズマ、話の続きだけど、右手は今どんな調子なの？
Picking up where we left off, how does your hand
う
feel?
ん。骨はじきにくっつくってさ。後遺症の可能性もゼロじゃないけど、リハビリすれば問題ないだろうって。
I think the bones will mend before long. They said I might experience some pain after recovery, but it should be fine if I do
そう。
rehab. I see.
あ、折れ方が綺麗だったから、多分問題ないだろうってさ。
It was a clean break, so I think it'll be okay. Doing hair and makeup requires a lot of finesse. You work with your fingers a lot, right? I'm glad to hear you'll be okay.
そうだな。仕事に関しては一安心ってとこだ。
Yeah, this must be a relief when it comes to
ま、
my job.
とは言っても、記憶が戻らねえと、技術とか何もわからねえままだけど。
That said, I won't have any of my old skills until my memory comes back. I'll help you out however I can. Ha. What's wrong,
いえ、
Auntie?
リハビリにも時間がかかるかもしれないし、でも元通りとは限らないんでしょ？
Rehab will take a while, and there's no guarantee your hand will be as good as before, right?
だから大丈夫だ。
I already said I'll
だ
be
った
fine.
ら、ヘアメイクの仕事を続けるのは難しくないかしら？
And if that happens, won't it be hard to continue your stylist job? Huh? Kazuma's mother sighed
聞いて、
heavily.
カズマ。お母さんはね、最初からあなたが今の仕事に就くのは反対だったの。
Dang, Mom. Kazuma, I've been opposed to your current career from the very beginning.
そうなのか。
Really?
ええ。職場の先輩って人に事故の後で話も聞いたけど、かなりきつい仕事らしいじゃない。
I spoke to your superior after the accident. It sounds like a very demanding job.
最近は残業続きで、事故当日も満足に眠れてなかったんでしょ？
You were working a lot of overtime as of late, and you don't get much sleep. And you didn't get much sleep the night before the accident. Wait, really? I had no
もしそれ
idea.
がなかったら、事故を避けられてたかもしれないって思うと。
Had none of that happened, maybe you could have avoided getting hurt. But the accident was the driver's fault, not
いえ、
Kazuma's.
この事故の話だけじゃないわ。技術職といえば聞こえはいいけど、業務も勤務時間も不安定だし。
I don't just mean the accident. While working a skilled trade sounds good on paper, the work and hours can't give you
こうして
stability.
怪我をするだけで、今後が危うくなるようなあやふやな職業。親としては、やっぱり心配なの。
It's an amorphous occupation. You can jeopardize if you ever get hurt like this. As your mother, I can't help but be worried. I understand what she's trying to say and why she's so worried, but
で、じゃあ母さんは俺にどうしろって言うんだよ。
what do you want me to do, Mom?
あなたが幸いまだ若いし、私が紹介するから、もっと堅実な職に就くのはどう？
You're still young. What if I introduce you to a steadier job? What? I was speechless. Kazuma rubbed the back of his neck, looking troubled.
まあ、ヘアメイクの仕事って言っても、今の俺にはよくわかんねえし。
Well, I really don't know much about this whole stylist gig right
思い出
now.
せないまま復帰して、職場に迷惑かけるのもな。
I'll probably cause my coworkers a lot of headaches while I'm got no memory.
だじゃあ、私の方で仕事先に連絡をしておくから。
I'll give your employer a call first and then. Wait, please? I raised my voice to interject. The accident just happened recently. Kazuma is still very confused and doesn't fully understand the situation. Shouldn't we wait for things to settle to have an important discussion about his
でもそう
future?
やって引き延ばしたら職場にご迷惑がかかるでしょ。
If we drag this out, won't it make it difficult for his
本当
coworkers
に
though?
復帰できるかもわからないスタッフを抱えておくことになるわけだし。
They'll just be left wondering if he's going to return or not. That's true, but I don't think this is the time or place to decide whether he's going to quit. If he leaves without a word, that'll make things even harder on his agency. Kazuma worked so hard for this. In the face of my protest, Kazuma's mom gave in.
わかったわ。ここはあなたの顔を立てましょうか。
All right, I'll respect your wishes this time.
私もこれから仕事があるから、一旦家に帰らないといけないの。
I need to get back to work, so I have to go home
と
for
りあえ
now.
ず仕事の話については、また後日にしましょう。
We'll talk about your job another day. Thank goodness he didn't decide to quit right here and now. Kazuma's mom dropped the issue for the time being. As I heaved a sigh of relief, Kazuma shot me a look of curiosity.
なあ、どうして今母さんを止めたりしたんだ？
Why'd you stop my mom right now? What do you mean,
だ
why?
って母さんの言ってたこと別に間違ってなかったの。
What you said didn't sound entirely
今
wrong.
の俺じゃ元の仕事なんてそのままできるわけねえしさ。
I can't do my old job the way I am now. That's true,
ってあん
but
た俺の彼女だろ。
and you're my
将
girlfriend,
来
right?
のことを考えたら恋人には堅実な仕事してほしいとか思うもんじゃねえのか。
If you're thinking about my future, shouldn't you encourage me to find a steadier job? People have different values. Right now, the problem isn't whether the work is steady or not. Until now, I've always been the one closest to you, watching you. I know how much you suffered to finally break into this field. I figured you'd really regret quitting once your memories
記憶
return.
が戻った時
Once my memories return.
なあ、その記憶ってさ、
Do you really think they'll come back? Huh? Kazuma sounded uncharacteristically, I can't do it, uncharacteristically shaken, and he cast his eyes
もう
downwards.
思い出そうとしていろいろと努力はしてるんだ。
You're still in the hospital, bro. Let's go eat someplace we've been to. You know what I mean? You're not really jogging your memory. I've been trying a bunch of stuff to jog
こ
my
の間も言っ
memory.
た通り、スマホの履歴を片っ端から確かめたり、見舞いに来てくれた人に尋ねたりさ。
Like we talked about before, I've been looking through my phone's history and talking to
あ
my
んたの置いて
visitors.
きたアルバムも見たよ。
I've looked through the yearbook you left too. So you saw how you wrote that your career goal was to be a stylist? It's been your dream job since elementary school.
それも見たよ。でも、今の俺には文字だけじゃピンとこなくて、
I did, but right now it doesn't feel like those words are
ま
even
だつか
mine.
めてないんだ。上久保一馬がどんなやつだったか。
I can't quite grasp what kind of guy Kazuma Kamikubo was.
今ここで恋人のあんたの口から聞きたい。
I want to hear it from you, his
あんた
girlfriend.
の知ってる俺がどんな人間で、どんな夢を持ってたのかを。
What kind of man was I? What dream did I have? All right, this is my only chance to tell him the lie I've been hiding. I gathered up my courage and looked Kazuma in the eye. I'll tell you the truth, the best of my knowledge. So please listen to what I have to say with an open mind. It's a game? Pretend time! All right, let's save. Up, Kazuma, remember what's important. First off, I've never heard exactly why you decided to pursue a career in hair and makeup. Whenever I asked, you would laugh it off and say it was no big deal.
言えねえほど軽い理由ってことか。
That's not true. He did tell you why. It's because you did his makeup for a play. I remember. Really? Was it something so minor that I didn't even bring it up?
やっぱ
There
母
was-
さんが言うように、この仕事にこだわる理由なんてないんじゃ。
And there really is no reason to be fixated on my job like my mom said, but I interjected with then gently finished my thought. Even if I don't know what spurred the decision, I was always right beside you, watching how hard you worked. It couldn't have been easy, but you never once said you didn't want to do it. I had a dream too. Your passion motivated me to make mine come true.
けど、そんなこと言われても、
Pretty words, sure, but
その夢のための努力なんて何も覚えてやしないし。
right now I can't remember working towards that dream at all. I answered. Let him touch your hair. Why not? Give me your hand. I gingerly took Kazuma's hand and guided it to my hair. Hand over hand, I ran his strong, dexterous fingers through my strands. So remember anything now?
何かってなんだよ。めちゃサラサラして気持ちいいってことしかわかんねえし。
What are you doing? It's super soft and silky, but that's all I'm getting from this. You've styled my hair time and time again. I can be a bit of a klutz, you know? You'd always laugh and tell me I'm hopeless before doing my hair for me.
そっか。そんなことしてたのか。
I did that right. Huh? Alright, perfect. It was the right answer.
ヘアメイクアーティストだっけ。俺がその仕事してたのは分かったよ。
I know that I used to be
実際
one.
職場から連絡も来てるし、先輩とか同僚も話してくれてるし。
I get messages from coworkers and I've had mentors and coworkers come visit me.
他のやつからそう言われても、いまいち実感がわかねえんだよな。
Even when other people tell me that, it still doesn't feel real though. I
ま
see.
あ、彼女のあんたならわかるだろう。他の連中の意見じゃなくてさ。
But if you're my girlfriend, you should know. I don't want to know their other opinions.
俺自身は今の仕事についてどんな
What have I told you about my job? Kazuma has said it gives people courage. It's fun. Oh God. There's one thing you've said pretty often. Working on people's makeup isn't just about dabbing on some color.
告白とか晴れ舞台とかでさ、どうしても身がすくんじまうとき、自分にあと一押しの勇気をくれる。それがメイクの本質なんだって。
The essence of makeup. You tell me it's a job that gives people a boost of courage. That's why you were so proud of your work.
そっか。俺、
I said something that cool. Does it feel any more like real to you now?
ちょっとだけど。わかる。
I think I understand a little bit. Woo! I've seen how much effort you put into it firsthand. In your free time, you would practice on my hair. Just the other day, when I was planning to visit my grandma's grave, you came by in the morning with your tools. You said you wanted me to look my best for my grandma. You went above and beyond for my makeup.
そんなことが。そういや。
Did all that? That sounds familiar. We're gonna kill him. Kazuma let out a cry of pain and pressed a hand to his forehead. Are you okay?
いや、なんでもない。それより、その話もっと聞かせてくれ。
It's nothing. Forget it. I want to hear more. Okay. After that, you ended up going with me to visit her grave. I bet Grandma would have been surprised if she had been alive to see this. You've come so far in your stylist career.
いまいち実感わかねえな。
Still doesn't feel real
まだ
though.
ヘアメイクするどころか、道具だって覚えてないし。
Right now, I can't even remember what tools I use to do anything, never mind the actual
その時の
skills.
俺がどんなにすごくても、
Doesn't matter how amazing I used to be. To say that, I said, regretting the fact that you've forgotten how to do your job won't help you. If you've lost your skill, then I'll help you remember.
何言ってんだよ。あんただってこの分野は素人だろ。
Aren't you told amateur at that stuff? Yep. Actually, I can say with confidence, that my makeup skills are below
ダメ
average.
じゃんか。
That ain't gonna work. But you taught me everything I know now. I want to repay you, so I guess I'll try to pass that knowledge back
あ
to
ん
you.
たに逆に教わるか。なんか、
You'll be my teacher, huh? That
What?
doesn't sound so bad. Oh, good. It was the right answer. I was gonna say, you don't even know how to do it. You suck. Kazuma nodded along at my suggestion, but then he scratched his head with a
そう
sigh.
言って協力してくれるのは本当にありがたいけどさ。
I appreciate your help on this, but
やっぱりわかんねえ。世の中に仕事なんて無数にあるのに、そこまで俺の夢にこだわる理由が。
I don't get it. There are a million other jobs out there I could be doing. Why do you care so much about my dreams? In a way, your dreams are my dreams
どういう
too.
意味だよ。
What's that supposed to mean? Kazuma seemed puzzled. I deliberately looked him in the eye. My dream is to become a screenwriter. I've been blessed with a great mentor, and I'm aiming to win an award with my next script. If I'd been alone, I think I would have given up by now. The reason I've come so far without losing hope is probably because you were there for me every step of the way.
そうなのか。俺の存在があんたの。
I mean that much to you? Yeah. I've had someone right next to me this whole time, chasing his own dreams. Whenever I felt lost, you'd step ahead of me and extend a guided hand, or you'd circle back and give me a push I needed. That's how I come so far. I wouldn't be where I am today without you. That's why. I really want to say this, but here goes. Even if you've forgotten who I am, I want you to remember your own dream. You faced your aspirations head on. I love that about you. If you can recall your dream, I'm sure your memories will return and follow. I'll help you remember who I am. I'm sure it'll help you remember who I am. I'm sure of it.
ありがとな。
Thank you.
正直、わかんねえことだらけだし。あんたが今言ってくれた言葉も実感わかねえ部分だってあった。
I've had no idea what's going on. Even some of what you're saying to me doesn't feel quite real.
あんたが本気で心配してくれてるのは伝わ
But
った。
now I understand how worried you've been for me. Kazuma closed his eyes as if weighing what I said and
あんたが
chuckled.
恋人でよかった。
I'm glad you're my girlfriend. Ah,
記憶を失ってる俺が何言ってんだって感じだけどさ。
I can't remember anything, and
本
I'm
当に
still
嬉しいんだ。
wondering what the heck you're talking about, but I'm happy it's you.
だから、これからもこれまで通りに恋人でいてくれると嬉しい。
I'd like if you could keep being my girlfriend just like you have been. Just like I. Kazuma's guileless words pierced my heart. That's not it, Kazuma. I can't go back to the way things were. After all, we're not really a couple. You're wrong. I'm going to say this because I feel it's the right way to go, because lying to him's not going to help. I couldn't take it anymore, and I had to force the words out. You're wrong. It's all wrong. You're making a big mistake.
違うってなんだよ。
Did I
何を勘違いしてるって
misunderstand something? You and I aren't a real couple. It was success. Cosmo looked at me utterly
な
uncomprehending.
のどういうことだよ。
What do you mean by that? He stared at me aghast and his voice
恋人
quivered.
なんかじゃないって。一体どういうことなんだよ。
We're not together or what? What are you talking about? I got 100%, but at what cost? Kazuma, we aren't a real couple. We were only pretending to be in a relationship. As I repeated myself, Cosmo's eyes went wide in shock.
なんだよそれ。だって周りの連中も言ってたし、スマホにもいろいろあるし。
Everyone around us was saying we are, and there's all that stuff on my phone. Nobody knows we're pretending. The only ones who know are me and the old you.
そんな。
No way. I said all that I can say. My shoulders slumped and I let out all the tension with one long breath.
悪い。ちょっと待ってくれ。
Sorry, I need a
情報
second.
量が多すぎて、なんか頭痛くなってきちまって。
This information overload's giving me a headache. Kazuma frowned, looked shaken and
こういう時があったん
downcast.
だな、俺たち。
So we aren't really together?
恋人だとか言って騒いで。滑稽だな、俺。
You're not a scumbag. Whoa! And yet here I am going on about how I'm your boyfriend. What a scumbag. It's not like that. I grabbed Kazuma by the shoulders and yanked him to face me. Our romance wasn't real, and we were just pretending, sure, but I'd started to feel like you were my real boyfriend. And me?
上久保一馬の方はその時、あんたのことどう思ってたんだ？
How did Kazuma Kamikubo feel about you back then? Well,
意地のある質問だった。答えは
that's unfair to ask. Only I'd know the answer to that. Kazuma stared into space and scratched his head.
くそ、もどかしいな。確かにあんたに対する思いが
So frustrating. I know my real feelings for you are hiding inside my head
記憶
somewhere.
を取り戻すまでずっとあんたの思いに応えられないとか。
But when I think about how I'll never be able to tell you until I get my memories back, damn it. His face contorted in pain. Kazuma clawed at his head until his fingers dug into the scalp. Stop it. Ugh. I rushed over and braced him. What
何してんだよ、あんた。
are you doing? It isn't about whether we're a real couple or a fake one. I just want to be with you right now. So please don't blame yourself.
そばにいてって。俺の記憶がなくても。
You want to be with me even without my memory? Damn, look at that hair. Even if you've lost your memory, I still remember how I feel. I hugged Kazuma tighter. You probably don't remember doing this, but I do. You hugged me really tight before, just like this. There's no need to rush. I'm sure the memories will come back eventually. And when that happens, maybe we can take another look at our
戻ると
relationship.
は限らねえだろ。
What if they never come back? Then we'll just have to live with it. We can make new memories. I think you'd say the same thing to me if I were in your position. I smiled. Kazuma looked up at the ceiling and his next words were barely a murmur.
今確信したよ。
I'm sure of something.
記憶
But-
なんて取り戻すまでもない。前の俺も、そんで
Even if my memories don't
今
come
の俺
back,
も
I'm pretty sure the old me and the new me both. Huh? Kazuma's voice suddenly stopped. With a grunt of pain, he went limp in my arms. Kazuma, what's wrong? I panicked. I hit the nurse call button and kept trying to talk to Kazuma. Oh my god! He opened his vacant eyes to look at me, then slowly collapsed back into bed. What? This happened so sudden. I keep wanting to get a screen grab of that, and I can't. dot 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 dot. When I first met Lee Uta, I just transferred to a new junior high school. While most of my classmates were excited to talk to me, she was always sitting by herself with her nose in a book. Poor girl. They always said that about Lee. She had no father and had lost her mother, so she lived alone with her grandmother. The kids didn't exactly bully her, but they all kept their distance. When I was in 5th grade, I lost my beloved grandma. It made me feel a strange kinship with Lee. I was devastated when my grandma died, so how hard must it have been for her? I thought it was sad that she had to put up with everyone feeling sorry for her, so I decided to talk to her. When I did, I understood something right away. Lee wasn't the poor girl everyone took her for. She could cook, clean, and sew, and she did all the laundry at her home. On top of everything else, she kept her grades up at school. It made me feel ashamed for pitying her while I was still fully dependent on my parents. Lee Uda was already a full-fledged member of society. I came to have a deep respect for her, and I decided to try and become her friend. Lee put up a thick wall around herself, so I tenaciously chipped away at it, bit by bit. And then at some point, we became best friends. Our classmates teased us for being together all the time, but our friendship went beyond any sort of puppy love. I thought we'd be together forever. However, kids can't stay kids forever. Things change. For us, it was when her grandmother passed away. It happened in our second year of high school. Lee said something to me before her tears were even dry. I'm going to become a screenwriter. I lost my entire family, so this is the only connection I have left. Even before that, it had been her dream to become a screenwriter. That was why I pushed her to join the drama club. At the time, she hadn't really aspired to become one. She only said it would be nice. But when we talked about it later, Lee told me that during her grandma's final days, she learned that her mom had written one film script before passing away. After that film, her mom had quietly retired from the industry. On top of that, Lee's father had been involved. Did that mean she was becoming a screenwriter to search for her father? When I heard the story, I innocently asked her the question. She told me that was part of it, but there was far more behind her decision. Screenwriting had been her mom's dream job, but she hadn't let it remain a dream. She actually debuted in that field as a professional. Lee's family members hadn't told her why, but there must have been a reason her mom retired. What had she been feeling at the time? How much had she suffered just to break into her career? And did Lee have it within herself to make the same difficult choice? She wanted to know. She wanted to be sure. Lee wanted to become as strong a woman as her mom, who had to abandon her dreams to raise her newborn daughter. It wasn't necessarily that she wanted to inherit her mom's aspirations, but it was the only path she could think of. And so she followed in her mom's footsteps, intending to surpass her someday. Her heartfelt words shook me to the core. I was truly in awe of her. While grieving for her family, Lee never lost sight of her future. Not wanting to be left behind, I stopped thinking of my future as some vague thing in the distance and started setting goals. The journey led me to my current self. I chose to pursue a career as a stylist when it had only been a hobby of mine before high school. When she and I joined the drama club, I was put in charge of makeup. From then on, I set my sights on making it my career. I applied for a trade school to make that happen. Frankly, I was terribly unsure of myself. My parents didn't stop me, but they obviously didn't approve. Even a lot of my friends tried to talk me out of it since it seemed like an impulsive decision. Only Lee stood out among them. Good luck, Kazuma. She cheered me on the entire time.
止めないんだな。
You're not gonna stop me?
俺が夢を語るとさ、友達連中みんな言うんだよ。
My other friends are telling me to put on the brakes when I talk to them
ま
about
だ
my
進
dream.
路とか早すぎるだろう。大学に行って遊んでからゆっくり考えればいいじゃんってさ。
They say I'm rushing into it and that I should have some fun at college before a decision. Sure, you could go to college, but you want to go to trade school because it's the most direct route to your career, right? If that's the choice you've made, then I'll root for you all the way. She gave me the push I needed to make it this far. My respect for her has never wavered, staying strong even after we graduated high school. I thought that my best friend and I could go anywhere, do anything, as long as we were together. Until...
あの嘘、続けようぜ。俺とお前が恋人ってやつ。
Let's continue the lie. Tell them we're together. Bum, bum, bum. That lie. That lie. Glossary. Pretend love. Kazuma. Oh, this is exciting. All right. Let's go. All right. In order to protect the protagonist, Kazuma lies and says she's his girlfriend. He was only trying to get her out of a situation, but rumors continued to spread. Unbeknownst to the protagonist, neither feel they can actually date each other, but considering the problem that could arise if they are exposed of the trouble the protagonist's search for her father might cause, they decided to keep up. Oh gosh. Might cause. They decided to keep up the lie. My bad. I didn't realize it was just one line I was reading up. All right. That lie. I like that it has its own entry. From there, our relationship began to change, and now Kazuma. He's always been there for me. He was that weird boy who always approached me with a beaming smile when I was alone. I knew my other classmates told him that they felt sorry for me or that I was having a hard time at home. However, Cosmo didn't care about that, about what they had to say. In junior high, I started to become afraid of other people. Maybe I was afraid of him at first too. No matter how hard I tried to ignore him, he'd laugh and talk to me every day. It never stopped, so I started to find it kind of funny. I gave in before I even realized it. That was how he became my one and only best friend. It didn't matter that we were a boy and a girl. We could talk about anything. We discussed our home lives and our dreams. He listened to me quietly or with a big smile. I couldn't say that about anyone else. After high school, our paths diverged and we couldn't see each other as often. Whenever we did meet up, we laughed together just like old times. When did I start to see Kazuma as the most important person in my life? Probably at the end of my second year in high school. After Grandma died, I told Kazuma that I'd made up my mind. It wasn't anything to make a big deal of, but I was struggling under the weight of it all and was on the verge of giving up. So I decided to make a declaration. Look at him! Oh my god, I think I would have liked him more if he stayed like that. Oh, I'm sad now. I'm gonna become a screenwriter. Where's this coming
なんだよ
from?
今更前から将来の夢は脚本家だって言ってたじゃんか。
I'm so used to him not talking because I was in his brain earlier. I thought you already said you had said that was your dream. Yeah, but it was only a dream back then. I just thought it would be cool to follow my mom's footsteps. Things are different now. If not it's not a pipe dream, it's something I'm really going to do. I've lost my entire family, so this is the only connection I have left. Lee. Well, I say that, but I don't know if it'll actually work out the way I hope. Should I go straight to college or should I work and study on the side? I'll have to figure that out.
お前な、かっこよく宣言した途端に折れんなよ。
Don't say a cool line like that and then wimp out.
で
Sorry.
も、行くんだろ。そ
You're
の
gonna
道
do it, right?
決めたんだろ。周りに反対されたとしたって、その道を進むってさ。
You've made up your mind, so you're gonna go down that path no matter what people say. Yep.
中学では本読むだけだったお前がさ、高校で演劇部の脚本書き始めて。
In junior high, all you did was read books, but now you've joined the drama club and started writing. In junior high, you also suggested that I write the scripts for the school play, and you pressured me to join the drama club.
話の腰を折んなよ。
I'm trying to make a point
最
here.
初はめちゃくちゃな話も書いてたけど、2年に入った頃には、もうみんなお前の脚本を信じてた。
Your very first stories were all over the place, but by the time you started our second year here, everyone trusted your writing.
バイトや家事と掛け持ちして、よく頑張ってるよ。偉い偉い。
I've known how hard you working to balance your job, household chores, and school. You're doing great. Stop treating me like a kid. I almost teared up there.
長くて険しい道を突き進むんだな。やっぱお前かっこいいわ。
Well, it's been a long and difficult road from where I'm standing. You're a badass. He's being so nice. I'm seriously going to cry if he keeps this up. Gotta change the subject. What if I'm just way more talented than I realize and I can't breeze through all the hard work? Just kidding.
そしたら俺はおんぶで連れてってもらおっと。
Then you should give me a piggyback ride. You want me to carry you?
お前ならなれるよ。
I bet you can do it. Huh.
言えたら簡単だろうけどさ。そんな簡単な道じゃないだろ。
You can say all that, sure, but it won't be easy, will it? Probably
だ
not.
ったらなるために頑張れ。そのために必要なことなら俺は何だって手伝ってやっからさ。
Then you have to try your hardest to make it. I'll be here to help you any way you need. Thanks,
よ
Kazuma.
ーし、もう一回だ。
All right, one more time. I don't know if this is the same shot. They like to do this to me. What?
一個一個。
There's a good girl. Knock
カ
it
ズマ
off.
様のパワー分けてやっからさ。ほら、お前はできる。できる子じゃ。
Mighty Kazuma will grant you some of his power. There you go. You can do it. Who's a smarty smart pants? What the heck, Kazuma?
やる気出てきただろ。
Feeling more motivated now? Yes, so quit it. I'd been complimented by people before. The drama club members praised me when I wrote a good script, and so did an older lady at my part-time job. Somehow Kazuma was different. When Kazuma said these things, it was like hearing them from grandma or mom. What set him apart? No, it wasn't him. It was me. Kazuma was special to me. I slowly opened my eyes, stirred awake by the twilight. What was I doing? Pretty sure I was visiting Kazuma. I told him that we weren't a real couple. Then Kazuma had a bad headache. I called the nurse. They
Yeah.
checked on him.
冷めたか。
Are you awake? Whoa. My eyes snapped open and I sprung out of the bed I've been laying in. Kazuma silently watched me with a smile. Kazuma?
起こそうと思ったんだけど、なんかすやすや寝てるからさ。
Sorry, I was about to wake you, but you were sleeping like a
寝
log.
顔が可愛らしくて、ついつい起きるまで眺めちまってた。
Your sleepy face was so cute, I just ended up watching. You watched me sleep? What are you, a vampire? Wait, never mind that. Didn't you faint? Aren't you okay? Are you in pain? How's your vision? Is it blurry?
落ち着け落ち着け。慌てなくても逃げないっての。
No bright lights at the end of the tunnel for
頭痛
me.
とかも今はもうないし、視界もはっきりしてるから。
The headache's gone and I can see fine. Don't worry. Thank goodness. When you yelled in pain, I was so worried.
あ、悪い。
Sorry, the headache came out of nowhere.
俺が気絶してた間もずっとついててくれたのか。
Have you been here ever since I passed out? Yeah, I decided to stay at least until your mom got
もう
here.
こんな時間になっちまったけど、大丈夫なのか？
It's getting late though, are you sure? Oh, yeah, Ah,
リングか。誰から？
is that ring? Who's it from? Asagi, I think, one moment. How is Kamikubo? Today's matter can wait. Please stay over there and keep him company.
ひょっとして仕事の予定でもあったのか？
Were you supposed to go to work today? It's not really a job. I was just going to ask for advice on the script I'm writing, so we plan to meet up this
今
evening.
書いてるのって、ああ、ショーに出すって言ってたやつか。
The one you're sending in for a
な
contest?
ら今からでも行ってこいよ。忙しい浅木先生に時間を取ってもらえるなんて貴重な機会だろ。
You should leave now. Professor Asagi's time is valuable, so you shouldn't waste it. How do you know who Professor Asagi is? I can't do that, obviously. You just woke up too.
もう大丈夫だって。ふらつきもないし、ちゃんと立てるし。
I'll be fine. I'm not lightheaded, and I can
その
stand.
脚本お前にとっては未来に続いていく一歩なんだろ。
That script is going to be your next step towards your future, isn't it?
今までそうだったように、これからもお前の夢を応援したい。
I want to cheer you on just like you've always done
俺
for
が原
me.
因で夢を邪魔するとか、絶対にごめんだからな。
Like hell, I'm going to be the one that gets in the way. I know, but I tilted my head to the side, sensing something strange about what Kazuma had said. Kazu gave me a weary smile. Oh. Aw, man, too late.
背中押してみた。
I just gave you a
Kaku
push. No
お前
way!
がそう思ってくれてるのと同じように。
Remember what you said? I feel the
俺
same
だっ
way.
てお前が夢に向かって歩んでいく姿が一番好きだからさ。
Does that mean he remembers? I can't tell. They're being weird now. Would you do everything you can to follow your dreams? Well, I love that about you. What did you just say? Kazuma, did you?
こういう時ってなんか感動的な言葉とかさかけたいとこなんだけど
I just wanted to say something mushy in the moment, you know?
脚本家じゃねえし
I'm
な
not
ん
the
つう
writer.
か
How can I put this
その
into words? Cosmo looked up, then back at me, fidgeting with a light flush on his
ただい
cheeks.
ま
I'm home. Oh my god. I can't hold it in anymore. By the time I realized it, I already threw myself into Cosmo's arms.
おいってお前な今片手しか使えねえんだから手加減しろっての
I have only one hand right now. Take it easy. Shut up. Do you even know how worried sick I've been? I'm gonna cry.
知ってるよ
Sorry you had to shoulder that lie out by yourself. Kazuma pulled me close, gently stroking my hair. Thank goodness. I'm so glad. There was so much I wanted to tell him when his memory came back, but the words turned into tears that just kept coming. Just then, a light knock came to the door.
上久保さん、少しよろしいですか？
You have a moment? He's got a brain bleed. Kazuma's attending physician walked in. Trailing behind me was Kazuma's mom. Flustered, I backed away from him and wiped my eyes.
はい何ですか
It's alright. What is
実
it?
は今後の治療計画について、ご家族の方も交えた上で話し合おうかと思いまして。
I'd like to speak to you and your family about your
人
treatment
間の脳
plans.
というのは複雑なもので、治療には長期の計画が必要に。
Human brains are quite complex. It'll probably take a long time
あ
for.
そのことなんですけど
Oh, about that. I think I got my memories back.
はい
Huh?
本当なのカズマ？
Is it true, Kazuma?
ここで嘘言ってどうするんだよ仕事のこともきっちり思い出したってな
Why would I lie about that? I remember how to do my job and everything right now, right? Yeah, I just confirmed it. It seems like he really does remember.
少し待ってください。今、再検査の準備をしますから。
Wait just a moment. We'll do another exam. The doctor rushed out of the room looking totally baffled. Kazuma's mom said she needed to call his dad, and she also rushed out into the hall. Watching it all unfold, Kazuma and I exchanged a look and laughed. Then I found the perfect words to say, "Welcome home, Kazuma." Just an episode of In a Hospital. Interesting. The day after recovering his memories, Kazuma underwent a new round of lab tests and brain scans. He was discharged the following day. I heard that the injury to his right hand could be managed with some rest and regular follow-up visits. Kazuma returned home safely, and several days passed.
いや、驚いた。
I'm astonished. Since work on Makino's film had began in earnest, Professor Asagi had a production meeting on the first day of each month. Today was one of those days. I'd brought him my completed script for him to evaluate after his meeting.
上田さん、この脚本は本当に君が？
Mr. Uda, did you really write the script? Yes, I did. Is there something wrong with it?
いや、見違えたと思ってね。まるで以前とは別人みたいだよ。
I just can't believe my eyes. It's like you're a completely different writer. My mentor seemed happy as he looked up from his computer screen.
こうしてファイルを並べて比較してみるとわかるけれど。
You can see it when you line up the files side by
君が以
side.
前書いたシナリオは、登場人物が抱いていた恋心をセリフで表現する場面が多かった。
The characters express their love for each other far more than they used to. Yes, I thought they should voice their feelings so they could be adequately conveyed.
それも間違いではないけどね。でも、あまり多用してしまうと陳腐になりがちなのも事実だ。
You might be right about it, but at the same time, it can feel hackneyed if you overdo it.
B が好きですと言わせただけでは単なる解説でしかないからね。
If you have person A say outright that they love person B, that's just exposition. Right, I think I'm starting to understand. I realize that a character saying I love you isn't enough to make it
その
romance.
通り。恋愛ものにおける好きとは一つの結果でしかない。
Exactly. In romance, the concept of love is just one possible
恋愛もの
outcome.
の場合は、それに至るまでの葛藤や思いこそがメインだからね。
Rather, the struggles and feelings that lead to love are often the focus of the story. Professor Isagi's explanations are always so helpful. My mentor tapped his screen with his finger and continued with his generous
その点、
critique.
今回の脚本は恋愛の過程がとても丁寧に描かれていたよ。
On that note, your script very clearly shows the progression of the
好
romance.
きとセリフにせずとも雰囲気だけで惹かれ合っているのが伝わってくる。
There are parts that draw the audience into the atmosphere, even when the characters aren't verbally expressing their love. Thank you. That is so kind for you to
それね、
say.
この脚本はもうコンテストに応募したのかい？
Are you ready to enter this script into a contest? Not yet. It isn't finished, but I did enter some shorts into other writing contests I
なる
found.
ほど。このレベルで書けているなら、そちらで受賞するのも夢ではないね。
I see. If you can write this well, then I think the awards are within your reach. Really?
私が嘘を言ったことがあったかい？
Have I ever lied to you? Wow, I've never heard him give such high praise for my
しか
work.
し、恋が書けなかった君が短期間でここまで成長するとはね。
You really matured an awful lot since that short amount of time. You really struggled to write
や
romance
はり
before.
これも上久保君と恋人になった
So because of your
影響
relationship
かな。
with Kamikubo? Huh? Where'd you hear that from?
いやまあ、花井さんがそう言っていてね。まあそれに、以前応募作の話をした時の君の言葉から、
Well,
None
Hanai
to
told
know.
me. Also, I more or less gleaned it from our conversation when I assigned you this project. Oh, well, that's, of course he would have heard it. Professor Asagi was referring to the lie I'd spun with Kazuma, our fake relationship. Still, the lie was what opened me up to new feelings towards Kazuma. Actually, our romance wasn't real and we were just pretending, sure, but I'd started to feel like you were my real boyfriend. I said that. You probably don't remember doing this, but I do. You hugged me really tight before, just like this. And that too. Now that I'm thinking about it rationally, I basically confessed my love for him. Oh God.
影響があったかなんて聞く方が野暮だったね。
Perhaps it would be insensitive of me to ask if it had an effect. Professor Asagi chuckled as I blushed furiously, and then his face turned
ということ
serious.
で、この脚本には助言も不要だね。この調子で進めていくといい。
That said, I have no advice to give you this time. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes, sir. I'll do my best to polish it.
ところで、その上久保君の様子は？牧野君や瀬名君たちからもいろいろ大変だったと聞いているけど。
How's Kamikubo doing anyways? From what Makino and Sina told me, he's having a difficult time. Oh right, thanks to them, his memories are back. It'll still be a while before his right hand heals completely. He keeps grumbling about
やる
that.
気があるのに仕事ができないというのは辛い状況だからね。
It's a tough situation being unable to work despite feeling
だけど、
motivated.
怪我が悪化したら元も子もない。今は焦りは禁物だよ。
It won't help anyone if he makes his injuries worse. This isn't the time to rush. Right, I've been trying to preach patience to him. Kazuma's always been the kind of guy to attempt the impossible whenever I take my eyes off him. What is it, Professor? What do I feel like you're studying
い
me?
やいや、君は恋が書けないなんてもう言えないなと思って。
I was just thinking about how I shouldn't say you can't write about love anymore. What's that supposed to mean? He was definitely teasing me. After my meeting with my mentor, I walked towards the exit of my school building to head home. All the while, I was thinking of Kazuma. Everyone around us must see us as a couple. Even Professor Asagi mentioned it. If it had just been a fake relationship spun out of a hasty lie, but Kazuma and I had everyone fooled, including ourselves. We were getting to the point where I couldn't keep track myself with the word pretend anymore. I miss him. Given how much time has passed, there's really no point in lying now. I want to have a serious talk with him about our future together. Kazuma was busy with his post-discharge arrangements, and we hadn't seen each other for some time. I was startled by my phone going off. Oh, It's from Kazuma. Do I need to say it right here? I'll save it. It'd be funny if I didn't answer. I hesitated, but I did want to talk to him. Here goes. I took a deep breath, prepared myself, and tapped the answer button. Hello? Ore ore? Kazuma here. People don't fall for scams like this anymore, you know. It's not a scam. What? I don't think you can see that. A little chibi version of him just popped up on the screen. I've never seen this before. I slipped into our quiet corner on the hallway and raised the phone to my ear. Where are you now, anyways? I'm still at school. I just had a session with Professor Asagi. Next time, text me first. I can't pick up in the middle of a meeting. Sorry about that. Ring's nice and all, but I just wanted to hear your voice. Oh, you. I mean, a guy's got to hear the voice of the woman he loves at least once a day. Keep your voice down when you say that. There's a ton of people around. They're gonna be there whether I say it or not. And so what if they hear me? Actually, I want everyone around to hear it. At least my girlfriend. You better keep your paws off her like that. Oof. I think you have the wrong number, sir. I'm going to hang up now, okay? Sorry, let it get to my head. I actually have something to say to you. Wait. Maybe he was overcompensating for his memory loss. I smiled, imagining Kazuma squirming on the other end. So what's up? I'm at the cafe near your school. You know, the place with the good coffee by the station. Why? Miss Kayama called me here because she wanted to talk about my future plans. I don't think it'll take too long though, so I was thinking we could eat after. Okay, I'll be there in about half an hour. That sounds perfect. I'll be waiting for you. I ended the call and then checked the time on my wristwatch. Oh, I forgot to put my watch on. That was kind of random, but it works for me since I wanted to talk anyways. First, I'd better find a restroom and check my makeup. Can't go to a stylist date without doing that. By the time I could see the cafe's sign, the sun had begun to set. Is he done talking to Miss Kayama? The stylish storefront was draped in golden twilight. I opened the door in high spirits. But why? A yell drowned out the jingle of the doorbell. I followed the startled patron's gaze to the pair of familiar faces. Calm down, Kazuma. You're disturbing the other guest. So what? How am I supposed to take that lying down? Why wouldn't she come back to work? Huh? Kazuma couldn't resume work. The situation is that your right hand hasn't healed yet. I'd never make someone work for me with a broken bone. It doesn't hurt that much anymore. I can grin and bear it. At least let me help. I can do that much with one hand. Don't look down on our work, rookie. Kamiya reprimanded, silenced Kazuma, and sent a chill down my spine. You think you can work with one hand? Have you learned anything from me at all? We operate in a world where an entire job can be ruined by eyeliner that's 1/10 of a millimeter off. I think I taught you that. What?
私たちが求められるのは結果だけ。
Saying that you'll push through the pain is just stroking your ego. All I care about
そ
are
れが分かってな
results.
い今のあんたにメイクなんて任せられないわ。
If you don't understand that, then you're not ready to work for us. Poor Kazuma. My chest tightened as Kazuma clenched his teeth in
そうか。
anguish.
あんたが参加予定だったフォトコンもキャンセルしといたから。
I already canceled a photo contest we planned to enter you in. Why?
応募締め切り明日だし、今からじゃどうやっても間に合わないでしょ。
The application deadline is tomorrow. You won't make it in time anyways. You're right. His expression darkened and Miss Kamiyama sighed.
そんな顔しないの。別にここであんたのことをクビにするってわけじゃない。
Don't make that face. I never said we were
あんたに
firing
は
you.
まだまだ先があるからこそ、完治してから復帰しろってだけの話よ。
You've still got plenty of time ahead of you. I'm telling you to come back after you make a full recovery.
直接現場に入れなくても、事務所で雑用しながら道具の使い方を学ぶとか、やることはいくらでもあるんだから。
Even if you can't get stylist work for now, there's plenty you can do at the office. You can do clinical work or practice with
いい機会
tools.
だと思って完治までゆっくり過ごしなさい。いいわね。
This is a good opportunity to take time to learn while you get better, all right? Okay.
よろしい。ここの代金私が持っとくから。なんか
Today's bill on
元
me.
気でも
Eat
出しな。
something and cheer up. Miss Kayama placed a 10,000 yen bill on the table and stood up. $100? I got that right? Yeah, no, 100 yen is a dollar. Yeah. When she walked over to the door and noticed me there, her eyes widened.
あら、上田さん
Hi, Uda. It's been a while, Miss
ひょっとし
Kayama.
てカズマに呼ばれてきたの
Did
だった
Kazuma
ら
call you
ちょうど
here?
いいわ。
Perfect
あ
timing
い
then.
つ、落ち込んでるからさ。ちょっと慰めてやってくれる
He's feeling pretty down right now. Could you try and comfort him? All right.
今私が何言っても逆効果だから。悪いけ
Everything
どよ
I'm
ろし
saying
く
is
ね
having the opposite effect. Thanks a lot. It's not going to be that easy, Miss Kayama. She clapped me on the shoulder as if tagging me in. I timidly approached Kazuma, who was slouched over at the table. Hey, Kazuma.
ああ、お前か。
Ah, it's you.
悪い悪い。先輩との話すぐに終わると思ってたのに、ちょっとだけ長引いちまってさ。
Sorry, I thought that conversation would go really fast, but it dragged on for a while. It's
ひょっと
fine.
してさっきの会話聞いてたのか。
Did you happen to hear what we were saying? I did. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but it happened right when I walked in.
まあ、あんだけ大声で喋ればそりゃ聞こえるよな。
I guess you wouldn't miss it if I was yelling like that. Kazuma laughed bitterly and thrusted a menu at me, then sipped his water.
まあ、聞いての通りだよ。俺としてはすぐにでも職場に復帰したかったんだけどさ。
It's just like she said, I was hoping to get back to work right away.
今の俺に触れる仕事はないから、完治するまで現場には入るなって。
But there isn't any work for me. They're telling me to not come back until I'm fully healed. I mean, I think I know the right answer, but we'll see. The way she said it was pretty strict, but I think Miss Kayama is just worried about you.
あの人なりに俺のことを気遣ってくれてんだよ。
Despite everything, I know she cares about me in her own way. It made sense knowing Kazuma's personality. If you only let him off with a gentle warning, he was bound to take risks. That was probably why she had been so stern. Maybe I could take a page from her
まあ
book.
それはそれとして。あの人が怖いのは確かだけどな。
That said, she's one scary lady, no doubt about it. She sure can be.
はいはい。とりあえず締めっぽい話はここまでだ。
Alright then, enough
せっ
doom
か
and
く先
gloom.
輩に金もらったんだし、遠慮せず好きなもん食おうぜ。
She gave us this cash, so let's splurge on something good. Yeah, let's do it. We should definitely thank her later, though. I ordered the restaurant's famous Cafe Ayulat, a light pasta dish, and a side of chicken. Once we had put in the order, Cosma turned to me.
ところでさ、俺の事情ばっか話しちまった気がすんだけど。
By the way, we've only been talking about me this
お前の方
whole
は最近
time.
どうよ。 ちゃんと頑張ってんのか？
How have you been lately? Working hard? Well, of course. I put my best foot forward every day.
本当か？俺ここしばらくお前が仕事してるの見てねえけど。
Really? I haven't seen you work in a while. Duh. You were in the hospital. Just because you couldn't see me doesn't mean I was slacking
Oh.
off.
例えば
So you worked on... I wrote a few shorts and submitted them to writing contest.
ついにか。
Ooh, finally. Yeah, they're small contests for really minor awards, but I think something will stick.
そっかそっか。楽しみだな。せっかくだし賞金1億とかもらって俺に飯でもおごってくれよ。
Nice, I'm looking forward to it. The day you win a 100 million yen prize, you'd better treat me to something nice. None of the prizes are that huge, jeez. I shook my head, smiling. Kazuma slowly stirred his newly arrived lemonade with his straw.
しかしコンテストに応募か。お前もついに次のステップだな。
So you're entering contests now. Feel like you're taking the next
俺
step.
も本当は今週ヘアアレンジ関係のフォトコンに応募するつもりだったんだけどさ。
Hi! Actually, this week I was planning to enter a photo contest for hairstyling. Photo contest! A contest where contestants submit photos to be judged professionally. Kazuma intended to participate in the hair design contest with the intention of growing as a hairstylist. This one, the one Miss Kayama
そ
mentioned.
うそう。けど今回は撮影準備する予定だった期間ずっと入院しちまってたからな。
I was hospitalized the whole time we were supposed to be preparing for the photography. Oh, you mean before the accident?
まあな。
Yeah, pretty much. I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm off today and tomorrow, so I'm going to be playing both days because I want to finish this game and get back to Pokemon for a little bit.
でも仕方ないさ。定期的に開催されてるし、また次の時にでも狙ってくさ。
I don't know if there's a fifth storyline in this one. It shows 5 on the back and only 4 on the front, so it might be a character that unlocks after I get through the first 4. So we'll see. It could be longer than I think it is. But each story's been about 7 hours. So this is story 2 of 4, and I did part of it on Monday. So we'll see. We'll see how far I get. Life happens. The contest runs periodically, so I can just enter the next time. That's the spirit. I'm sure you'll win next time around.
お互い頑張ろうぜ。
Good luck to us both.
で、もしお前が先に入賞したら、ちゃんと上田先生って呼んでやるよ。大賞取ったら上田先生様でもいい。
If you win an award first, I'll start calling you Miss Uda. If it's a really big prize, I'll call you Boss Lady. Please no. After that, we dug into our food and moved on to lighter topics. I wanted to talk about our relationship, but oh well. I didn't feel like spoiling the mood. I put my worries on the back burner so we could enjoy our evening together. Bum bum. An icy breeze blew through town, the first breaths of winter in early December. Excuse me, it's me, Uda, the screenwriter's assistant. For the first time in ages, I came to Team Makino's studio.
あれ上田さん
It's Riku! Well, if it isn't Uda. Here's the one I'm saving for last, by the way, because his story looks... He's the cutest, in my opinion, so he's the last character I'm playing through. Hello there, Nisajima. I haven't seen you since Kazuma was in the hospital. I'm sorry for all the trouble back then.
別に気にしなくていいよ。たまたまタイミングがあっただけだし。
No trouble at all. I simply happened to come along that
神
day.
久保君、元に戻ったんだよね。僕もいろんな意味でほっとしたよ。
Kamikubo is back to normal. Yes, I'm very relieved to hear it. He is, thanks to your help. Oh, I forgot to say this before, but congrats to you and Sina for scoring dual lead roles.
そうか。発表と神久保君の件が重なっちゃったから。
That's right, the announcement coincided with Kamikubo's
あり
accident.
がとう。セナさん、かなり個性強いから、合わせてくのすごく大変そうだけど。
Thanks. Sina has a very unique personality, so it's going to take some effort to keep up with him. The public has been going wild since the announcement.
いい意味でも悪い意味でもね。
A blessing and a curse, I suppose. While it was previously announced that director Makino was producing a new film, the cast had been kept a secret. When the casting announcement was made, it had the public abuzz with excitement. Naturally, people were accepting that Nishijima was with his acclaimed acting career, but Sina, who had worked almost exclusively as a model, came as a surprise to many. While some were supporting, a netizen nurtured all kinds of suspicions, theories, claiming it was the result of a shady deal or a PR stunt. Not that Sina seemed too concerned. In a recent interview, he said people can judge him when they see his acting.
それにしてもすごく久々だね。君がこの現場に顔を出すなんて。
It's been a long time since you've dropped by the studio. I don't think I've been around since I wrote that script. Today I came to deliver some documents that Professor Asagi left at home.
浅木先生なら今会議中。
He's in a meeting now.
後で渡しておくよ。
If you like, I can hand them over later. Oh, I'd appreciate that. I gave him the stack of papers and looked around. Hey, that's the ruined school campus set. It shows up in the second half of the movie. Those must be the costumes. Even the police uniforms are there. People from the art team were fitting around the studio. Set constructions were in full swing. Everyone looks so busy.
急ピッチで撮影の準備を進めてるところだからね。
Preparations for the shoot are reaching a fever pitch. I thought filming started next month. Do the sets need to be completed this far ahead of time?
そうだね。撮影本番は1月からだけど、テストとか洗剤用の素材とかいろいろあるから。
Yeah, principal photography may start in January, but there are a lot of other materials to shoot, like test reels or
僕
promotions.
も今日は衣装合わせと、その後は台本の読み合わせ。
I'm here to try on costumes, and later I'll do a table read. That reminds me of the camp, although I guess that was on a way smaller scale.
確かに空気は似てるかな。
I suppose the energy is similar. Wow, it's already been 4 months since the camp. Back then, I'd been desperate to find my father. Now that search seems to have faded from my mind completely, I might add. It wasn't because I had lost interest. As long as I followed my dream, I would eventually arrive at the answer without going out of my way to hunt him down. Somewhere along the lines, I'd ended up believing that.
なんかしみじみしてるけど、どうかしたの？
You seem quite serious today. What happened? Nothing. It's only been 4 months since the camp, but things sure have
そう思
changed.
えるのは、君が成長した証じゃないかな。
If you feel that way, I would say that's proof you've matured. You think
浅
so?
木先生が褒めてたよ。今の上田さんの書いた脚本なら入賞してもおかしくないって。
Mr. Asagi praised you the other day. In fact, he said it wouldn't be surprising if a script you wrote won an award soon. Oh my god. He's been talking me up behind my back. After a momentary fluster, I realized something. Hey, wait.
どうかした？
What is it? Well, speaking of awards, I entered some shorts in a contest recently. I just remembered one of them is announcing the results today.
普通忘れる？
Is that really the sort of thing you'd forget? Look, I entered into a bunch, so I got them all mixed up. I think they're posting the results on the website. I whipped out my phone and typed in the website while Nishijima peeked over
僕
my
も見て
shoulder.
いい？
May I see to you? I'm curious. Oh, sure. I'm a little afraid to look at it myself anyways. I don't expect to win a big prize. But I poured my heart and soul into all the works I've submitted. I took a deep breath to collect myself and tapped the link for the results. Bum 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 bum. Oh, we don't know the answer. I finished my business and left the studio. The first thing I did was call Kazuma.
ああ、どうした？
Sup? Hey Kazuma, do you have a moment?
別に構わないけど、ちょうど休憩してたとこだったから。
Sure, now it's fine. I was just about to take a break.
お前、前に自分で突然電話してくんのやめろとか言ってなかった。
Didn't you say we should text before calling each other out of the blue? Never mind that. Listen, I won an award. Huh? They announced the results today, and I just checked the website. I gave him the long and short of it, tripping over my words in my excitement. Finally, it clicked to him.
優勝ってマジかよそれ。
An award? For real? Yeah, it's not the grand prize, just second place,
でも
but
十分すごいっての。
That's still freaking huge. It means they recognized your writing out of all the people who applied. Kazuma sounded so happy. You'd think he had won the award. I felt my cheeks grow warm. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten another step closer to mom.
俺はやると思ってたぜ。
Right? I knew you could do it.
そっか。
Kazuma, thank you for being proud of me. You actually won an award. Are you okay?
感動のあまり言葉に詰まっちまって。
Sorry, I'm so overwhelmed.
本当すげえよ。俺も頑張らねえとな。
You're just so awesome. I need to try harder too. Oh, right. I actually wanted to come talk to you in person. Where are you now?
俺は今ちょっと事務所に来てて。
I'm actually at the agency now. You're working already?
まあ。今日は事務
He's
所
doing what he was told to do.
古い書類の整理してたんだ。
Kind of. I'm just cleaning the place and filing old papers. I see. There was an awkward pause before Kazuma piped up again in a cheery voice.
まあ本当はお祝いにパッと飯でもおごってやりてえけど、もうこんな時間だもんな。
I really want to treat you to a big meal to celebrate, but now's not a good
お祝い
time.
はまた今度にしようぜ。俺も今少し手が離せなくてさ。
We'll have to do it soon. I'm just a little busy right now. Oh, sure.
そういうことで、またな。
I'll talk to you later then. Bye. He just hung up on me. Kazuma hung up on me before I had a chance to reply. He just said he was on break. What's the big rush? I hope he's all right. I went home, anxiety whirling in my chest. I think you're okay. I think he's okay. Let's see. Chicken thighs, potato, starch, mayonnaise, ginger, garlic. I've got all the ingredients. Time to make the magic happen. I had all sort of ingredients in front of me. I cut the chicken thighs into bite-sized pieces while talking to myself. I hope this makes Kazuma happy. I hadn't seen Kazuma since I told him I'd won an award the other day. He wasn't ghosting me or anything. He's always answered my ring messages. But it was kind of hard to get a hold of him, and he kept saying he was busy or not at home. 3 days of this went by before I decided to take the initiative. Using store-bought dashi stock and cooking is probably cheating, but hey, he'll be thrilled to eat his beloved fried chicken, won't he? It's a lot of food, but I usually make about this much. I snapped a picture of the mouth-watering mountain of crispy fried chicken and sent it to Kazuma over Ring. Kazuma, are you home today? I made a little too much fried chicken. If you'd like, I can share some. I waited and waited. He never read it. I heard he was supposed to be at home today. Is he working or something? Why are you calling him? He's not picking up. Even though I texted and called him, Kazuma didn't reply. What should I do? Fried chicken tastes best when it's fresh. After some deliberation, I put the chicken in a container. His place isn't that far, so I'll make a little surprise delivery. Stalking. I quickly walked down the path towards Kazuma's family's home. Even if he isn't home, his mom probably will be. I can just give it to her. If nobody's home, I'll just take it home and store whatever I can eat. Coming up with all sorts of contingency plans, I arrived at Kazuma's house. And then... Is there another girl here? Is there another girl here? I said hello to his mom at the door and then poked my head into Kazuma's room. What I saw inside shocked me. Why won't it just work? The symmetry is all wrong. I can't make the hair flow. This is amateur work. You are a rookie, buddy. He was standing in front of a mannequin head, ranting and raving. I looked like he was styling the mannequin's hair. His right hand, which should have been in a cast, was crudely gripping a shiny pair of hair scissors. Hello. That's why. The scissors come in at a different angle when I use my left hand.
右手で
Then I'll do this with my right hand. The scissors tumbled from his hand and clattered to the floor. Kazuma looked shocked at first, but then he screamed in frustration.
くそ俺の一部のくせになんで言うこと聞かねえんだよ
You're supposed to be a part of me, so why won't you do what I say? Stop it! I reached out and clung to Kazuma's arm with all my might, just as he was about to pound his fist on the floor. His clenched right hand was swollen and red. Lee. Kazuma was stunned to see me, but his gaze soon slid to the floor. What are you doing here? What am I doing here? I told you over ring that I was bringing some fried chicken.
済んだら出てけ邪魔だ
Ooh, buddy. You better calm down. If that's all, then get out. You're distracting me. Don't speak to me that way. I grimaced. Kazuma's words were never so harsh. Seriously, what are you doing? Your right hand hasn't healed yet.
こんなのもう大丈夫だってのみんな心配のしすぎなんだよ
It's fine now. Everyone's worrying too much, but you just dropped those scissors.
あれは単なるリハビリだよあれもするなこれもするなじゃ何もできねえだろ
I'm just doing some rehab exercises. If I sit around doing nothing, I'll never get better. Kazuma spat his words like venom. In my confusion, my voice began to tremble. What's wrong? You're acting so weird. Just give it a rest for now. You're only going to make the injury worse.
いややめね
No, I'm not
1ヶ
stopping.
月の仕事から遠ざかっちまってたんだここで少しでも早く勘を取り戻さないと
I've drifted away from my job for a whole month. If I don't get at least my muscle memory back, it'll be left behind. No one's leaving you behind. Miss Kayama said they were not going to abandon you. Know that.
そうじゃない
That's not what I mean. Kazuma's voice lowered to a growl and he took a step
追い
towards
かかれる
me.
かもしれねえのはお前にだよ
You ruined his life by winning an award. Kazuma, you need to calm down. The one who might leave me behind is you. Me? What do you mean? How on earth am I going to leave you behind? I was utterly baffled. Kazuma ignored my question and kept going.
だから邪魔すんな俺は天才肌のお前と違って
Ooh.
そんな能力も持ってねえんだよ
Ooh, you make me mad. Get out of my way. I'm not a genius like you. I don't have any talent to rely on.
もっと努力しなきゃ
Wow.
俺はお前
That's
の横にすら並べない
why I have to work hard. I can't stand proud at your side as I am now. He punctuated his words with an icy glare, shivering in fear and heartbreak. I slowly backed away. I'm sorry. Seems like I caught you in a bad mood. This is fried chicken. I made too much, so I'll just leave it here. Eat it later if you want. Damn you. How dare you? Let her be successful. Let her win a prize and not throw a fit. I'm not okay with this. All right. I fled the room, burst out into the dark street. What just happened? He's like a totally different person. What happened to him? Bewildered, I decided to head straight home.
待って
Wait. Auntie Madoka. Kazuma's mom stepped out on the front door and called out to me with a weary
カズマのこと
expression.
で少し話がしたくて
Could you spare me a moment to talk with me about Kazuma? I guess. She then suggested we speak somewhere he couldn't hear us. We ended up sitting down at a nearby cafe.
ひとまず何か頼みましょうか何か食べる
Let's order something first. Are you hungry? No, I'll just have a
飲
drink.
み物は紅茶でいいかしらあなた炭酸苦手だものね
How about black tea? The Lee I know isn't a fan of sodas. Oh, you don't know me. Not soda. I won't touch it. I drink tea though. You
もち
remembered.
ろん最近ご無沙汰だけど昔はよくうちへ来てたでしょ
Of course, we haven't seen each other in recent years, but you used to come over all the time. Thanks for always allowing me to visit. I'm getting weirdly nervous talking to my mom's friend. My friend's mom. I did it backwards. I know Kazuma's mom. I've known Kazuma's mom for many years now, but this was probably the first time the two of us had gotten tea
さっ
together.
きはごめんなさいね。カズマがひどいことを言ったみたいで。
I'm sorry about what happened back there. Kazuma said some terrible things to you. It's alright. I'm sure he has a lot of pent up stress from his time in the hospital. If he lashes out at people around him, there's not much we can
そう
do.
だね。ここ数日ずーっとあんな感じなのよあの子。
It's been like that the last few days, ever since he heard you won an award, because he's a big baby.
取りつかれたみたいに必死になって毎日メイクの練習を続けてるし。
He's been practicing makeup every day like a man possessed. Nothing I can say can stop him. Is it because he hasn't been allowed to go back to
まあ
work
そう
yet?
ね。広い意味ではそうでしょうね。
I suppose you could say that, broadly speaking. It's something else. It's something else then. Kazuma's mom was quiet for a moment, then she fixed me with her gaze. What's the
私
matter?
がカズマの仕事を辞めさせようとしたこと覚えてる？
Do you remember how I tried to convince Kazuma to quit his job? Yeah, back when he was still suffering from
で
amnesia.
もあの時も言ったけど、私は前からカズマの今の仕事にいい印象は抱いていなかったの。
I told him that I had never had a good impression of his job. Why didn't you stop him when he first decided to
あ
pursue
の
it then?
頃は私もあまり家にいなくて、あの子の面倒を見てなかったから。
I wasn't home much, so I wasn't able to look
なの
after
に
him.
進路の時だけ親ぶって口を出すのもどうかと思ってね。大きく反対できなかったの。
It didn't feel right to act like a righteous parent after he had actually started making strides, so I didn't strongly
でも
object.
今回はいい機会だし、退院した後、旦那も交えて改めて話し合いをしてみた？
This gave me a chance to speak up. After Kazuma was discharged, the three of us had a family discussion. How'd it go? Don't tell me they're actually trying to make him quit his job. I found myself holding my breath. Kazuma's mom took a sip of her tea, then laughed as if something had amused her.
それがね、あの子、昔からずっと尊敬してる人がいるんだって。
Well, that boy has always looked up to
一家に
someone.
頼りなさそうで心配だから、何かと助けたり、手伝ったりして、背中を押してきたけど、
So strange that he would feel this way and yet be jealous of her success. God. He worries that she needs help, so he's always trying to lend a hand or give her a
本
push.
当は自分の助けが不要なくらい強い芯を持ってる人。
But she's actually a stout hearted woman who doesn't need
そ
anyone's
の
help.
人と一緒に夢へ歩みたいから、絶対に今の仕事はやめたくないって。
He said he wanted to pursue his dreams alongside her so he wouldn't give up his career. Kazuma said all that. Wait, that description sounds way too
子供が
familiar.
いつの間にか育つって本当ね。カズマのあんな真剣な顔、初めて見た。
Children grow up so fast, I've never seen my boy so
それって
serious.
私も確信したのよ。今のあの子に必要なのはきっと
It also
親の
convinced me
言
of
葉じゃない
something.
んだろうなって。
What he needs now is an advice from his parents. That was a meaningful yet mischievous glimmer in her eye. I avoided her gaze and she laughed.
ごめんなさいね。突然呼び出して愚痴なんて。
I'm sorry for calling you out here to vent. Oh, it's
これ飲
fine.
んだら解散しましょうか。
Why don't we finish our tea
さ
and
っ
leave?
さと帰ってカズマに可愛い女の子に暴言吐いたこと叱ってやらなきゃだし。
I need to give Kazuma an earful for raising his voice at such an adorable girl. Ah, please go easy on him. Her joking tone tugged a giggle out of me. I looked down at my tea to see my reflection staring back. I'm home. Collapse. I'm dead tired. I wanted to at least change my clothes and wash my face, but my soft bed lured me in and I collapsed without doing a thing. My bed does that too, but I don't wear makeup, so. The person Auntie Madoka described, totally sounds like me. But if that was the case, something was off about it. After all, Kazuma had always been the one helping me. I looked up to Kazuma, but I couldn't believe the opposite was true. Respect, huh? Maybe we could figure this out if we sat down and talked. My stomach just growled so loud. Oh my god. I decided to eat after I did these 2 chapters. Maybe I made a mistake. Right now, I don't want to be anywhere near his icy attitude. I agree. What a jerk. Don't even look at your messages. He can calm down. Just as I thought that, my phone beeped with an incoming message. It's Kazuma. Gotcha. Are you still awake? I'm sorry I lashed out at you. I've been kind of stressed out lately and I just took it out on you. Yeah, I'm surprised me, but I'm okay. More importantly, are you feeling better? My mom gave me an earful and I've calmed down now. I'm really sorry. Let me apologize to you next time. By the way, I ate the chicken and it was awesome like always. Hee. Don't you dare. Don't you dare laugh. It sounds like he's feeling better. At the very least, it sounds normal in his text. Still, I detect a hint of forced cheer in his message. As I read them, I thought about what his mom told me and gripped my phone. If you want to apologize, then I have a suggestion. What Kazuma needs right now is someone to talk to. Want to go on a date? Kazuma seemed bewildered by the sudden invitation. Nevertheless, he agreed, saying our pretend relationship was still in effect. Soon enough, it was the morning of our date. I pumped myself up more than usual and got up early to face the mirror. It's important to treat my hair to boost its volume. My face should be radiant so it stands out against my hair and I can balance things out with foundation. I think? Yeah, okay. I've never measured up to Kazuma, but I did my best, at least I hope so. I used my fingers to gingerly spread my foundation as Kazuma had taught me. Using a brush, I blend my brightly colored lips, then tried smiling at myself in the mirror. Maybe what Kazuma said is true. Makeup is about giving someone the courage to take one more step forward. I hadn't decided what I would talk to Kazuma about once we met, but if we didn't talk, I'd go into anxiety overload. I feel that. I reminded myself of my purpose and headed out the door. The train station was bathed in daylight. I tried to steady my beating heart as I waited for Kazuma to arrive. I hadn't been on a date with Kazuma since we went to the movies. Back then, we had just started pretending to be a couple, so we went on a date to get a feel for things. But now, one thing was very different. I was more infatuated with Kazuma than ever before. Would I be able to reconcile my feelings even after they've been put on hold by his memory loss? I couldn't say for sure. Guess who? I jumped as 2 warm arms wrapped around me from behind. Such an ambush. Did I scare you? Kazuma, what do you think you're doing? Aren't one of the big romantic cliches playing Guess Who when you meet your partner? I can only use one hand, so it wasn't perfect. What weird corner of this internet did you learn that from? Also, surprise attacks are unfair. You'll have to forgive me. I was really looking forward to this. Including my memory loss, it's been what, 1 month? 2? You know, since we went on a date. Something like that, yeah. I bet you're excited too. Your makeup's usually unusually on point. Oh, you can tell just by looking. I am a pro, you know, but maybe makeup artist or not, anyone would notice if their partner looks different. God, was he made just to embarrass me? Kazuma was grinning from ear to ear, looking ecstatic. It was like he had gone back to normal and the events of the other day had never happened. For that reason, I broached the subject as a roundabout way as I could. Is your arm feeling okay? It's inconvenient but doesn't hurt right now. We're going to the aquarium today, right? Lunch will be the only time where my lack of a right hand gets in the way. I see.
なんだったら飯はお前の手であーんしてくれればそれでいいし。
And if that happens, you can just spoon feed me. We're having hot dogs for lunch today, so you can manage with your left
な
hand.
んでだよ、恋人気分味わわせろよ。
I want my girlfriend to pamper me. I'm not really your girlfriend, but you're sure acting like it. We were still playing the part of a couple, but it was a little awkward. We laughed together as we headed to the aquarium. Wow, this is incredible. After we brought our tickets and passed through the gate, we were greeted by a massive expanse of blue. Look, Kazuma, there are fish everywhere.
おー、すっげー。テレビで見たことあるけど、こんな風になってんのな。
This is awesome. I've seen stuff like this on TV, but something else up close. Shining schools of fish darted past big sharks, lazily making their rounds. On one of the large tanks was fashioned after a tropical ocean environment. Guests could walk through a tunnel beneath the tanks for a closer view of the fish.
なあ、見てみ。あのエイの顔、面白くね。
Look, the ray's face is so funny. Rays always look like they're smiling. Their faces are so mysterious.
あー、不思議な気分だよな。海の中にいるみたいっつうか。
This whole place is mysterious. It feels like you're really in the ocean.
自分たちまで魚になって泳いでるみたいで面白いし。
Feels as if we're fish swimming in the sea. That's so cool. Heh, I guess you'd be one of the sharks then?
お、いい例えだ。さすが脚本家。海の王者らしい貫禄がぴったり的な。
Nice imagination. You're definitely a writer. The distinguished king of the ocean sounds just like... No, it says on the info board over here that the sharks look fierce, but they're actually just big dopes.
なんだと？ならお前なんてそこのクラゲだ、クラゲ。
Excuse me, then that makes you that jellyfish over
ふわふわ
there.
してゆったりして可愛いとこがぴったりだぞ、バーカ。
It's all fluffy and floaty, and its cuteness matches you all the way, dummy. That was a passive-aggressive compliment. Kazuma and I enjoyed looking at the various fish acting boisterous all the while. The vibes between us was no different than it had been back when we were classmates.
こっから深海魚コーナーだってよ。
Ah, there's a deep sea corner. Want to hold hands? Sure. No, actually, it was different. Kazuma's spontaneous move caught me off guard and made my heart skip a beat. After that, we passed through a few more areas. We arrived at the show area just as penguins feedings began.
これってちょうど始まったとこじゃねえか？
Looks like it just started. You're right. Look, they're already a crowd. A caretaker with a bucket in her hand was surrounded by penguins. They are so cute.
はーい。かわいいペンギンたちのお食事風景を見ていてくださいね。
All right, everyone, watch the penguins have their
上級者の
mealtime.
方は判別クイズに挑戦。同じように見えて、どの子も個性にあふれてますからね。
For you experts out there, we have a Who's That Penguin quiz. They might look the same, but they're very individualistic. The penguins excitedly trotted over to the fish being chucked around and squabbled over them. No fair! They're adorable. I could watch them all day. This reminds me of Spy Family. They did a penguin quiz. I did notice that each penguin had its own personality. That one with the heart mark on its tummy didn't manage, oh, I see it, to get a fish.
見てると面白いよな。鈍い子のが可愛いかも。
They really are fun to watch. Even the slower ones are cute. We chuckled and continued to observe the cute birds, and a smile spread over Kazuma's
なん
face.
かペンギンってなんかお前に似てる
You
よな。
know, penguins remind me of you because they're endearingly stupid.
違うって。いい意味で言ってるんだからそんなに睨んでくるなよ。
I meant it in a good way. Stop glaring at me.
ほら、あいつら水中じゃ速いのに、地上だとちょこちょこしてるだろ。
You see how they're super fast in water, but they have to waddle on
普段は
land?
頼りなくて心配になるのに、本気出すとすげえってとこが、お前にそっくりだと思ってさ。
You worry for them because they seem unsteady, but they're really incredible when it counts, just like you. Pretty tortured metaphor, but I'll take the compliment.
ま、 足が短いところとか外見的にもちょい似てるけどな。
They've got stubby little legs. And that makes them resemble you too. My, I think I'll mash plenty of raw fish into the next meal I make for you.
肉とは言わねえけど、せめて調理済みの魚にしてくれよ。
I'm not asking for a fancy steak, but at least cook the fish. My soul is soothed.
何満足そうに笑ってんだよ。俺あいつらに噛まれかけたんだぞ。
Can't believe you look so satisfied. Those little punks bit me. That's because you kept teasing them when you were supposed to feed them. After the show, we had gotten to interact with the penguins and feed them at the petting zoo. Now we were back in the aquarium, strolling around the fish tanks
つうか
again.
この辺り人少ねえな。この辺の魚人気ないのか？
There's not a lot of people around. Are the fish here not popular? There's a sea lion show going on right now. I think they're all over there, which gives us the entire place to ourselves. It's relaxing. Actually, this might be a good chance to talk. The only noises around us were the quiet, pleasant sounds of the water. After checking to make sure there was no one else around, I swallowed hard. Hey, Kazuma?
ん？
The other night when I went to your house,
その話はやめとこうぜ。せっかくの楽しいデートなんだしさ。
let's not talk about that. We're enjoying our date. Kazuma's face twisted into discomfort, and I shut my mouth for a moment. To be honest, I'd like to enjoy our date as much as possible too, but there wouldn't have been any point in asking him out otherwise. Well, I'd like to discuss it. I'm still feeling anxious about it. When I insisted, Kazuma sighed and turned to me to face me.
なんだよ、話って。
Fine. What's this about? It's pretend time. All right, let's go. Oh gosh, these get longer every time. Oh no, save. You need to save. I don't have to fast forward to this. All right. Get Kazuma to admit that he looks up to you and that he can't handle your success. Go. Expose the truth deep in Kazuma's heart. I think you might have realized this before we met up today, but I invited you out because there's something I want to ask you.
まあそうだろうな。
Yeah, I figured.
お前から突然デートのお誘いとか普通じゃありえねえし。
It's not normal for you to ask me on a date. Kazuma smiled bitterly and scratched his head with a little look of surrender.
で、俺に聞きたいのは、やっぱりこの間の一件か。
You wanted to talk about what happened back at my house. Yeah, when I came to visit, you were acting so
おかし
weird.
かった。ね。
Weird? What's weird about it? Well, you looked angry.
俺が怒ってる。お前からはそう見えたのか。
That's how it seemed to you. Back then, it seemed like you were in a terrible mood. Even now, I can feel it.
怒ってるって言えば、確かに怒ってるのかもな。
Put it that way, I probably am angry. I
で
knew
も
it.
それはお前にじゃない。俺自身に対してだ。
But not at you. I'm mad at myself. What does that mean? Oh no, I didn't do it. That was the wrong answer.
普段鈍いのにこういう時だけ鋭いんだよな、お前。
Good grief, you're usually so clueless, but you're always sharp at times like this. So what
あの
was it?
時の俺は焦ってたんだよ。なかなか腕の怪我が治らなくてさ。
I was panicking back then. My hand hadn't been healing like I
だ
wanted
か
it
ら
to.
一刻も早く治したくて、リハビリ代わりに自主練してたんだ。
I was trying to practice on my own in place of rehab, hoping it would speed things up. Why are you in such a hurry? Miss Hayama already said that you would make a full recovery before you work
ど
again.
うして焦ってるからって。お前
You're seriously asking me that? You of all people? Huh? It happened in an instant.
しっかり治してから、それじゃ遅いんだよ。
A full recovery? By then, it'll be too late. You pushed me up against a glass tank and stared into my eyes point blank. The heck, Kazuma? He was close enough for our bangs to touch, but this was no time to get flustered. There was an angry glint in his eye. What do you
怪
know?
我で何もできない間に、隣にいたはずの相手がどんどん先に行っちまう焦りが。
I almost lost it sitting there injured and unable to lift a damn finger, watching the person I should be with moving further
ここは置い
away.
てかれるって焦っても追うことさえできねえ辛さが
What the hell do you know about catching up or recovering when I've been left in the dust? Left in the dust? Could it be work? Are you talking about your job? Sure, it doesn't look good if a new employee takes a month off, and it'll take longer to get up to speed, but you can't give up because you were injured. This is out of control. Is this
そうなんだ
wrong?
よ別に仕事のことじゃねえし
Oh, I messed up. I'm messing up bad now. Oh, snap. It's not the work that matters most to me. Ah, man, he's not falling in love.
この間さ
You said you won an award recently. Technically, that is a job thing. That's fair.
あの報告を聞いてからずっと考えるだけで胸が苦しいんだよ
Ever since you told me, it hurts just to
お
think
前が
about.
どんどん先に行って見えなくなっちまってさ
I'm terrified you'll keep moving further ahead of me until I can't see you anymore. Why would you say that? Kazuma, you've always supported my dreams. I thought you'd be happy for me, so I told you right
お前の
away.
夢を応援そんなの全部嘘に決まってんだろ
Think I support your dreams? That's a lie, obviously. What? I stared in shock as I struggled to comprehend his vicious words. Kazuma ignored me and continued.
俺は多分ずっと前からお前を一番応援してるふりして
Alright, Kazuma's not the guy for you. Holy snapple. For a long time now, I've been acting like I was cheering you on, but I've never felt that way on the
今度さ
inside.
話を聞いた時もそう
Same goes for the writing contest.
口で言いながら入賞なんかしなきゃいいって最低なこと考えてたんだよ
I tell you to do your best, even as I'm having terrible thoughts like I wish you'd never entered the contest. Why? Why do you feel that way? Do you hate me? Are you jealous? I don't know. The words felt unreal as they slipped from my lips.
そうだな
That's it.
学生時代からお前のことが
I've been
羨ましかっ
jealous
た
of you ever since we were in junior high.
だからこそ先に行かれたくなかったんだ
That's why I didn't want you to do better than me. Ah, we did it. We broke our first seal. Yay.
お前のことずっと頼りないやつだと思ってた
I always thought you were pretty
中学時代から
helpless.
ずっと俺が背を押してやらなかったら何もできないと思い込んでて
Ever since junior high, you never did anything unless I gave you a
そんなお前を
push.
助けるたびにお前に頼られるたびに自己満足に浸ってたんだ
Every time you helped me or relied on me, it boosted my ego.
俺
But
はお前に必要とされてる一緒にいていいんだって
I need you to need me. That's why I want us to be together. You say things that make me like, those are so many red flags. I don't know, man. I think we need to get out of here, Lee Uta. Me and you we shouldn't be with this guy. So you didn't want me to win an award? You thought that if I got ahead of you, I wouldn't rely on you anymore?
ああ最低だろ
I'm kinda.
人のことばかり考えて親友のことも素直に祝福できない
I was only being selfish, never sincere when I told you, my best friend, that I wanted you to
そん
succeed.
な心の狭い人間なんだよ
That's the kind of narrow-minded guy I am. That's the real Kazuma Kamikubo. Kazuma continued to deride himself, so It's too late? I'm just gonna go with this one. Isn't it a little late for that? I smiled and poked him in the cheek. Late for what? How long do you think I've known you for? I've seen plenty of your flaws, and you've seen plenty of mine. So it's too late for some big reveal.
そりゃそうだけど
That's not the point. To me, it is. Yep, that was the wrong answer. It's fine. We're doing wrong answers.
憎い心の持ち主が
I just told you what a miserable, petty guy I
今
am.
の話を聞いた感想がそれかよお前
I just told you,
肝が座ってる
and this is how you react for hearing all that. You've got nerves of steel. Kazuma looked exasperated, his lips wicked, curved up in a bitter smile as he
お前が
sighed.
そう考えてくれるのは
Your
正直救
way
わ
of
れた
looking
気が
at
する。
things has saved me more than once.
で
Great,
も
so then
お前が良くても俺自身が自分の最低さを許せねえんだよ。
too bad though I can't forgive myself for being
少
such a
なくとも
jerk.
こんな気持ちのまま
At the
これ
very
から
least,
も
I
お
don't
前
have
が
the
死人
right
だなんて
to call myself your
絶
best
対に
friend.
守れね
Well, I feel this way. To that I said, it must be something new. I can't
え。
change the way you
わかる
will.
か。男の小さなプライドだけどさ。それでも
It's my fragile masculinity talking, but if you can't call yourself my best friend, then why don't we forge a new relationship? Huh? Ooh. Ah. I'm sorry, Kazuma. I had no idea you felt that way, but that means I've been pushing you too hard. If only I were more competent, I wouldn't have relied on you. Then none of this would have happened.
そんなことねえよ。お前は何も悪くない。
This isn't your
ただお前が
fault.
勝手なだけで。そのせいでお前にそんな顔。
I'm just shellfish, and I hurt you because of it. Didn't fail it, but that wasn't the right the right answers. Oh gosh. That was no, if this was school, that's a failing grade. I got 2 out of 5 right. We both fell silent. We're gonna load this up again. Do 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 do. Okay. Do do do. All right. You looked panicked. To me, it looked like you were seriously
焦ってんだ。
panicking. Panicking? Me? Yeah, your injury hadn't healed yet you somehow got your cast off and practiced making makeup anyways. I know you've always been impulsive, but I've never seen you backed into a corner like that.
焦ってるか。
Really now, maybe.
たく。普段鈍いのにこういう
Am
時
I?
だけ鋭いんだよな。お前。
Good grief, you're usually so clueless, but you always sharp at times like this. So what
あの
was it?
時の俺は焦ってたんだよ。だから一刻も早く直したくて。
Okay, that's all the same. All right, cool. Me? It's me? I thought it was impossible. But the look on Kazuma's eyes and his actions so far told me the truth. You think I'm going to leave you behind? That's what you're so worried about?
そうだよ。
Finally noticed.
お前がこの間さ、あの報告を聞いてからずっと、お前はどんどん先に行って。
Okay, so that's all the same dialogue. All right. Do you hate me? No, that's the wrong answer. All right. All right, this one. Oh, snap. No. Oh, I can't. I just gotta. Dang it. Shaking hands. Not 100%. It's okay. We're gonna get there. We're still both falling silent. I think we'll still fall silent on the other read, but let's go. We're getting all right answers. Problem is when you change your answer, it highlights them both, so it's harder the second time around. All right. You looked panicked. It's me. Are you jelly bears? But you helped me. I know how narrow-minded you can be, right? So, but I cut him off, then kept going. No matter what you've thought of me up until now, you still helped me. I would never have come this far without you. That's the honest truth, you little.
お前な、
Just how much of a goody two-shoes are you? I just told you how miserable petty guy I am, and that's how you react. Alright. And let's be something new. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, oh, can't skip it because it's new. For now, let's say I get why you feel so bad about it. Even so, you don't need to be this hard on yourself.
どうしてだよ。俺はお前のためとか言いつつ、自己満足のために動いてて。
Why not? I acted like I said all that stuff for your sake, but it was just to make me feel better. And what's wrong with that? You didn't actually hurt anyone, and you were just trying to push yourself to be better. If that's you being selfish, well, I benefited from it too.
そう。
Is that how it works? It's not just about your ego. You may not have realized it, but we've been supporting each other all along. 100%! Woohoo! Yay! We both fell silent. The space around us, shaded blue like the deep sea, echoed with a quiet sound of water. I watched a few sea turtles float by. Kazuma. After working up the courage, I locked eyes with Kazuma. What is our relationship, anyways?
何って改めて言われると。
It's gotten hard to explain now, hasn't it? We've known each other for almost 10 years. Are we
それは
friends?
違うだろう。普通の友人ならいっぱいいるけど。
I don't think so. I've got
そ
plenty
い
of
つらと
normal
お前は
friends. None of them are like you. So best
少し
friend.
前ならそうだったけどさ。
Until recently, I
今
guess.
はなんつうか。
Now that word doesn't seem like enough to explain this. Alright then. I paused and tried for something else. A couple? For some reason, it just felt right. Kazuma's lip moves as he tested the sound.
恋人って嘘をついたあの日から。俺ずっと考えてたんだよ。
Are we a couple? Well, I've been thinking about it ever since we
お前
lied
の
that
こと
day.
可愛いと思うたびに。
It comes to mind every
抱
time
きしめ
I
たいと
find
思
you
うたび
cute
に。
or when you
こ
want
の
to
気
hug
持ち
you.
は恋心なのか。
Is this love?
それとも恋人のふりって設定に流されたものなのか。
Or is it something I thought of because you were pretending to love each other? Same here. I tried to convince myself that this love was fake. Like the BTS song. Like when we went on the movie date and when we hugged afterwards, but I've gradually come to realize that this might be real. Right before I could say so for sure, you got into the accident. His hands came to rest on my trembling shoulders. These same warm hands had supported me again and
待たせてしま
again.
ってごめんな。
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. It's been a long time. Long winding road. Kazuma took a step towards me and my back met the cold glass.
お前のおかげでこうして記憶も元に戻ったけどさ。
You know, it's thanks to you that I got my
記
memory
憶を
back.
取り戻した後でものすごくゾッとしちまったんだ。
When they came back, I was horrified at what I had done. Horrified?
こん
Why?
なにお前のこと大事なのに。他のことを全部忘れて失ったとしても、お前だけは覚えてなきゃいけないのに。
You were so important to me, even if I forgot everything else, I should have remembered you.
すっかり忘れて、
It's not how
それを不思議にも思って
amnesia
なかった
works.
こと。
Alright. But I didn't even find it weird that I had no idea who you were anymore. That scared me the most. It's not your fault. You lost your memory.
いや、しょうがなくなんてねえよ。
No, you're
だって
wrong.
もしもあの期間にさ、お前に他に好きなやつができて、付き合いたいって言い出したら、
Back then, what if you had found someone else you had feelings for and told them you wanted to
その時
date
の
them?
俺は疑問も抱かずにお前の恋愛を祝福してた。
I probably would have wished you the best without a
その
second
こと
thought.
を考えると、怖くて。
That terrifies me, and I can't forgive myself for it. So, this how somebody leans. Oh, dang. I did it again too late. My bad. Oh. Kazuma's face slowly drew close. Oh! Gone was a woman who couldn't comprehend romance. My heart trembled like an elated bird fluttering in my
恋人
chest.
のふりじゃダメなんだ。
I don't want to pretend to be your
お前を
boyfriend.
二度と忘れないように。体と心。
I wish the bubbling noise had been this entire time. That'd been nice. I want this to resonate so deep in our bodies and our hearts that I never forget you again. Yeah, me too. I want this. I want us. Before I could say more, our lips met, so soft and warm. I love this man. We kissed again and again, sealing our new relationship inside our hearts and bodies. I don't know if I would say that.
ちゃんと言わせてほしい。
Let me say something. Go for it. Okay.
お前が好きだよ。
I love you. I love you too, Kazuma. Dear God. We kissed again, softer now, and I felt my mind reeling, intoxicated by passion. I reached out and wrapped my arms around him. Did you? Didn't show it. There, in that magical suspended sea, we took the next step in our relationship. After that, we let everyone know we weren't just pretending to be a couple anymore. We apologized for lying to them and announced that we were officially dating. Everyone had a different reaction. Most people were simply surprised and wished us the best. Kazuma had a rough though. A short while after Kazuma had his cast removed, he rethunk to work. Wait, what's today's date? Today, I was out shopping on a shopping trip when I was smacked with a realization. Tomorrow is Christmas. You've got to be kidding me. It's the second most romantic holiday after Valentine's Day. Is it? I mean, maybe in Japan. I don't know. I've been shut in home writing, so I totally forgot. Now that Kazuma's back at work, he's been hyper-focused on that too. I took a look at my surroundings. The city was thoroughly bedecked in holiday cheer. Christmas songs were playing in every store, and all the decor was red and green. I couldn't believe I hadn't noticed until now. Well, I've always been pretty detached from the whole Christmas spirit. My mind must have gotten used to treating it as a background noise. Do I have enough time? It's our first Christmas together since we started dating, so I need to get him a present. Filming starts in a new year, and there's really nothing for me to do at this moment, but Kazuma has great fashion sense, so I can't just give him whatever. I'm trying to put my sock on. It's just failing me. Okay. I'm gonna go grab one now. I mustered my shopping powers and plunged into a crowded department store. Ooh, and get him a bag. Ooh, what? I'm screwed. I searched the stores from corner to corner, then sagged in defeat. I give up. Since Christmas was less than a day away, most of the shelves were empty, and the things that were left weren't very appealing. I trotted to the store exit empty-handed. My eye caught the beginner's craft kit in a corner of the leather craft section. Leather, cords, and turquoise. It'll take about an hour to put together. Okay, this works. But turquoise is such a summer color. Oh, it would look good if I added some orange stones. I can't buy anything too expensive, so I'd like to give him something that feels handmade. Kazuma looks good in bold colors, so I think this will fit him. Nice. I pick up the extra kit just in case and took both to the register. I wonder how he'll react. The heck are you making? As soon as I got home, I set to work assembling my gift. This is harder than it looks. How is this for beginners? I fixed the end of the leather cords and placed them up in place on my desk and fed it through the stones while grumbling to myself. I didn't actually mind doing delicate tasks. In fact, I considered myself somewhat dexterous. Kazuma would probably be good at intricate craft work like this. Once I'd undone 4 knots, I braided them again, and my phone rang beside me. I'll put it on speaker. Hello, this is Lee.
明日のことなんだけどさ。
Hey, Lee, about tomorrow. The threads won't go through. I need to take this
仕事が
and
ちょっと長引きそうで、お前のところに行くのも結構遅くなりそうなんだ。
work's probably gonna run long, so I won't get to your place until pretty late. Okay. I won't finish this in time for tomorrow unless I get this part done.
せっかくのファーストクリスマスなのに。
I know this is our first Christmas together. First Christmas, the first Christmas a couple spends together. Wow. I don't know if I needed that.
できるだけ長い時間楽しく一緒に過ごせたらいいなって思ってたんだけどよ。
I was hoping we could enjoy as much of the day together as possible.
イベントやらライブやらで仕事が多くて、復帰したての俺までいきなり全力で駆り出される始末でさ。
There's a lot of events and concerts around Christmas time, so even I've had to hit the ground running right after coming back.
だから遅くなっちまうけど、絶対そっちに顔は出すから。
I'm gonna be late, but I promise I'll show up. Is that okay? Sure, that's fine.
おい、なんか返事軽くね？もっとこないのかよ。
Is that all? Don't you have anything else to say? Sorry, I'm focused on work right now.
いいけどよ。そんなおざなりな扱いされると、気合い入れてた俺が丸けっつうか。
That's how you're gonna treat me, then I feel pretty dumb for getting excited. My bad. I'm getting a bunch of stuff ready for tomorrow. But I'm really looking forward to it, so expect big things. Ha! That was bad. If I neglect the person I'm making this for, it defeats the purpose of the gift. I need to work extra hard at this to make up for the phone call. I gave my cheeks a light smack to get back to gear, then returned my attentions to the gift. I firmly reminded myself that failure was not an option. The next day, I made it! Now that the gift was finished, I started getting ready for Kazuma to come over. Bought the cake, so that's done. I think everything's pretty much ready. I just need to get started on dinner. The main course was Kazuma's favorite fried chicken. Aside from that, there were a couple of salads, roast beef I'd made after splurging on a nice cut, and a few finger foods, and then a bottle of champagne to set the mood. I tried to pick one that wasn't too boozy. Once I finished setting the table, I just had to wait for Kazuma. I wonder when he'll get here. He said he'd be late, but how late? I lived alone in this apartment, and normally that felt fine. But I felt colder without anyone here to share the lavish set table. My chest tightened. A long time ago, Mom and Grandma sat here with me. We didn't have a lot of money, so we couldn't really splurge. The sweet fruit juice we sipped together was a special treat for that day only. Things are definitely happier when you have someone to share it with. I was probably reminded of my loneliness because the day was a special day. I never pay attention to this day when it comes around every year. But today I'm with Kazuma. As I was reveling in my happiness, the doorbell rang. Happiness, okay. Is that you, Kazuma? The door's open. You can come in. Kazuma? Something's wrong. Kazuma would have texted me before ringing the doorbell. What if it wasn't him? A thief wouldn't ring the doorbell? Some salesperson then? But I heard on the news that thieves targeting single residents will ring the doorbell to see if you'll open. It's really suspicious. I grabbed a frying pan from the kitchen just in case, ready for trouble. Then my doorbell rang again, as if to affirm my cautions. And then the door opened. A mass of blood red filled my vision. Ho ho ho! The intruder let out a creepy laugh of victory and approached me. Get out! I swung the frying pan. Why? Oh my goodness. Did I get him? You're so wild. I hoisted the pan aloft again and cast a nervous glance at the figure. They were wearing a crimson outfit with white fur and carrying a big white sack. Wait a second. I know that outfit. My head spinning. Kazuma.
うっかりまた記憶消えるかと。
What if I lose my memory again? I'm sorry, I panicked a little. 5 minutes later, I faced Kazuma, who had taken off the Santa outfit. Next time, say it's you. I literally thought you were a burglar.
分かってねえな。それじゃサプライズになんねえだろう。
You just don't get it. Where's the surprise in that? It's our first Christmas. As a couple, I wanted to make some memories. Oh, you made some memories. I'm just glad you have such a hard head so you can keep them in there. Shaking my head, I put down the frying pan and changed the subject. Why did you still have it 5 minutes later? Welcome and Merry Christmas.
メリークリスマス待たせちまって悪かったな。
Merry Christmas. My bad for keeping you
テ
waiting.
ーブルにあるの手料理めっちゃうまそうでよだれが。
Did you make all the stuff on the table? It looks divine. I put in some extra effort to mark the occasion. I got a cake for dessert too, so eat up.
よしじゃあ早速いただきます。
Don't mind if I do. I spent the special night with the man I treasured most over dinner and champagne. I'd forgotten what this felt like since I lost Grandma. Eating and laughing with someone reminded me of old times. I bet Mom and Grandma would be surprised to know that I'm dating Kazuma. Or maybe they'd laugh and say they knew it would happen eventually. I gaze at my family photos, feeling somber.
さてそんじゃお待ちかねのプレゼントタイム。
Now the moment we've been waiting for. It's gift time! Kazuma shouted this out with glee. It's
や
what?
っぱクリスマスって言ったらプレゼントって決まってるだろ。つうことで俺からはこれだ。
It's Christmas, which obviously means presents! Here's the one from me. Kazuma handed me an item wrapped in champagne gold paper with a lacy golden ribbon. There was an ornamental red tag stuck to it. It was very clearly a Christmas gift. At Kazuma's urging, I undid the ribbon. Oh, is this from the makeup brand you told me about before?
あ、お前このブランドのコスメ気に入ってただろ。
You like their cosmetics, don't you? It sounds like if I'm going, oh, is this that thing you told me about? I don't like it. Yep, I tried some out after you recommended them to me, but I couldn't afford to buy much. Their range really brings out my skin tone, and I'm a big fan of the colors.
さ今使ってるやつにも合わせやすいと思ってさ。
I thought I'd go with what you already use. This looks like maybe a foundation or a lotion, 2 nail polishes, a lipstick, and it could be a blush or with the lines like eyeshadows. Does she not have any of those things? I mean, nail polish, sure. The gift box contained, ooh, here we go. Head cream, eyeshadow, nail polish, and a limited edition color. I was close. Head cream, hand cream. Hand. I'm gonna go with hand. The treasure trove of cosmetics dazzled me.
いろいろ試したけど、やっぱお前にはこのメーカーが合ってた気がする。
I've tried a bunch of stuff, but I think this brand fits you best. Hope you enjoy. It's wonderful. Thank you. I'll make good use of it. Here's the gift. Here's your gift. I hope you like it. I nervously took out the item I spent all night working on. It was a leather bracelet. Kazuma beamed when he saw it.
おー、レザーじゃん。かっこいいセンスしてんな。
Hey, that's leather. It's pretty stylish. I made it actually. I bought a beginner leather crafting kit and I thought I had enough skill to make it my own, but it was an uphill battle. Now I know I'm totally not cut out for this kind of thing.
ってことは昨日電話した時妙に生返事だったのも。
Ah, so that's why you sounded so weird on the phone yesterday. Yeah, I was working on this. I'm sorry for being just so distracted.
なるほど。そういうことか。つうか別に謝らなくていい
Makes sense. You don't really need to apologize for that.
そのキット一体どこで買ったんだよ。俺も買ってお揃いにしたい。
Where'd you buy this kit anyways? I conveniently bought 2. I want to buy one to see Max. Actually, I bought an extra one in case this one failed.
お、なら俺がもらってもいいか。お前の分作ってくるからさ。
Can I have it? I'll make one for you. Okay, I bet you'll finish it in like half an hour. Speaking of which, we've never really tried wearing matching stuff.
シャツは恥ずかしいけど、ブレスレットなら目立ちすぎねえし。
Matching shirt's kind of embarrassing, but a bracelet doesn't stand out too much. Kazuma held the bracelet up to the light, nodding with
かっこいい
satisfaction.
よな。早速明日から仕事場で自慢しねえと。
It's so cool. I want to show this off at work tomorrow and make Miss Kaya mad again.
じゃあ怒られない程度に控えめに自慢する。
I'll try not to brag too much so I don't want to get her wound up. But you're still gonna brag. I laughed, then sat down next to Kazuma. Hey, Kazuma.
なんだよ。
Slipping up. I was only a hand's breadth from Kazuma. I could feel my heart pounding at how close we were. I assumed that I couldn't write romance or experience it myself because my father was never around. I always thought I was missing a vital part of being a person just because I didn't have a father.
思ってたって過去形なのは。
You're speaking in past tense, which means I realized something. I might have told myself that to run away from
お
the
前
truth.
そんなこと考えてたのか。
You thought that all this time? Not anymore. You changed me. So I don't know. So I've stopped dwelling on the past. I just wanted to say thank you yet again. Really, thanks, Kazuma.
なんだよ、改まって。俺はそんなできたやつじゃねえぞ。
Why are you thinking me after all this time? I'm not that great
む
at
しろ
either.
俺の自分勝手な部分とか、エゴまで全部見せちまったしさ。
In fact, I've shown you how much of an egocentric jerk I am. No, you are who you are, and it makes me proud to be your partner. I can say with confidence that you're the man I love.
俺もだよ。
Me too.
愛も情けないところも散々互いに見せ合った俺たちだから。
We've shown each other all our flaws and the things we're ashamed of.
お互いのダメなところまで全部受け入れて。
That's why we can accept each other's problems and say we love each other. I think that's really amazing. Kazuma grinned and tucked a lock of hair behind my ear.
とりあえず今は俺お前に先行かれちまったけどさ。
Right now, you might be
お
ahead
前
of
に追い
me,
つくための第一歩として改めてフォトコンに応募したいと思うんだ。
but I'm going to enter the next photo contest and start catching up to you.
間に合わなかったけど、今度こそ入賞を狙っていければって思う。
I couldn't make it last time, but I'm going to try and win. I think that's a great idea. The award is within your reach if you can show them what you're really made of.
前
So,
にもなんだ
I was wondering if you could
手伝って
help
ほしいん
me. Of course I'll help. You don't even need to ask. What should I do? I guess I'm not that good at hair or makeup, so it'd be hard for me to assist you directly.
お前は座ってくれてるだけでいい。
Nothing like that. You just need to sit still. Huh? That doesn't sound very helpful.
いや、俺はお前をフォトモデルにしたいんだ。
What I mean is I want you to be my model. Me? A model? Why? Shouldn't you have your agency introduce you to some gorgeous pro model for something like
俺
this?
にとってお前以上に可愛いモデルなんて存在しねえよ。
To me, there's no model prettier than you. Another
っ
direct
て
hit.
ことで、よろしくな。
Thanks. Kazuma reached out and pulled me close. I love these hands of his. They always give me a push to pull me along when I need it. Those same hands embrace me right now. We kept each other warm on this cold, silent night. Can't let that music play. Right. Well, I don't know what ending we got yet. Oh, there's those little cute faces. There we go. I think I did it. Or I broke it. One or the other. I just realized my mouse shows on the screen. Since the new year began, Kazuma's right hand had fully healed and he was able to slide right into film work. Once the film started, I was also called back to work on various tasks related to the script. That incident included last-minute dialogue changes, location changes, and so on. Makino was overjoyed to see me again. I had to dodge Sina many's attempts to grab me in a hug. Nishijima just looked on with a smile. The filming proceeded smoothly under director Makino's leadership. Spring came along, then summer, and suddenly it was August. It had been 4 months since post-production in April, and the movie was finally complete. Kazuma and I had been invited to an advanced screening for insiders only.
君とバディを組めってそれは笑えない冗談だな。
Me team up with you? That's not even funny. When the cast had been announced, Sina's faced public backlash due to skepticism about his actual talent.
相棒、助かったろ。これでちょっとは俺を認めてくれる気になったか。
Come on, partner, didn't I save you? I figured that should be enough for you to see us as a team. However, both leads splendidly Both leads' splendid acting dispelled all doubts. On top of that, the Genius screenwriting. Ichiro Asaki had written an unprecedented story. Even scenes without any characters grabbed the eyes. With stunning camera work and scenery, set design had been detailed to a fault. The makeup team displayed their prowess in the disguise scenes. I keep forgetting this is an action movie. The finished film was wonderfully polished, and even director Makino was confident in it. When the credits rolled, it received a standing ovation from the industry figures who'd come to the advanced screening. Even the crew, who knew how the story played out, clapped away with fever. Once the screening and the meet and greets were over and the theater had been cleared out, we also began to move. The crew was heading out for an after party. I gathered for a reunion with the friends I'd made at the audition camp.
にしてもすごかったな。俺まだ鳥肌が止まらねえんだけど。
This is amazing. I had goosebumps the entire time. You got that right. And the standing ovation went on
ちらっと小
forever.
耳に挟みましたが、評論家やスポンサーの評判も上々のようです。
I overheard some of the critics and sponsors talking. They seemed to love it. Really? Even though they've just seen it?
出口調査というやつです。
They were gushing about it near the
宣
exit.
伝にもさらに力を入れるらしいですし、商業的にも成功しそうですね。
They're confident to be a commercial success, so they're going to invest more into marketing. Good, good. Thanks for all your hard work too, Makino. You know, I was thinking that this back when we made the short film, even though I know the story from the script, seeing the finished product makes it feel totally new. I can't wait for everyone else out there to see this movie.
いやー、何から何まで最高だったけどさ、その中であえて一つあげるなら、
It was awesome in just about every way, but if I had to highlight
やっぱ
anything,
一番の見どころはダブル主演を務めた二人だったよな。
I have to say the two leads carried the performance. Amazing work, guys.
それほどでもあるけど、
They're
俺
overselling
の
it,
才能が開花しちゃったっつうか。
but maybe my talents are finally
Wow.
blooming.
セナさんがここまでやるとは僕も正直思ってなかったよ。
I have to admit, I didn't expect you to come this far.
冗談に見せかけた本気のやつだ。
Way to kill the joke, my guy. There. It just means that Mr. Makino was very discerning eye for talent.
この完成度も監督をはじめスタッフ全員の力があってこそだし。
From start to finish, this has been the product of the whole crew's effort.
ああ、また優等生なコメントしちゃって。比較される俺の身にもなってよ。
There you go again with Mr. Perfect's comment again. Try to put yourself in my shoes.
汚れ仕事はセナさんの役目ですし。
I'll let you be the one to get your hands dirty. They're pretty friendly. I never would have expected Nishijima and Sina to hit it off. It's the fruit of all your hard work. Thank you, everyone.
何を人事のように、あなたもスタッフの一員でしょうに。
Stop talking like you weren't part of it. You're legitimately part of the crew. Well, yeah, but I didn't have anything to do after the auditions and during filming. I was just helping out between classes.
時間の長さ関係ねえって。俺だってヘアメイクの人間のはずなのに、合宿なんて完全に雑用だったし。
It doesn't matter how long you were involved. I just did grunt work even though I'm supposed to be a full-fledged stylist.
そうそう。きっとこの場の誰が欠けても、この映画は完成しなかったと思うよ。
Totally. I don't think this could have happened if even one of us had been missing from the
さすが
equation.
にそれは言い過ぎだと思うけど、完成度は下がったかもね。
Oh, Riku! That might have been an exaggeration, but it certainly wouldn't have been as polished. The five of us happily chatted away just like we had at the camp a year ago. I never thought we had come so far over the past year.
というか、お二人ともここでのんびりしてていいんすか？
Is it really okay for you to be hanging
この
around
後も
here?
インタビューとかいろいろ休む暇もなくて大忙し
Aren't you going to
じゃん
be crazy busy with interviews
Oh.
later?
この後は監督と一緒に移動して別の場所でインタビュー入ってるかな。
We're going to meet up with the director to attend an interview elsewhere. Oh, that's why you changed clothes.
そうそう。てかここまで頑張ったんだからちょっとぐらいサボらせてよ。
Right, but I want to slack off a little bit now that we've worked this
Oh.
hard.
それともカズマちゃん。 彼女と二人きりになりたいからさっさと帰りたいなとか思ってたり。
I see how it is, Kazuma. Would you like us to scram so you two can be alone together?
そんなことないっすよ。俺は別に。
Of course not. I never said that.
正式に付き合ってるって話だし、そんな慌てなくても。
No need to be so shy about it now that you're officially together.
そういえば、上久保くん、最近一人暮らし始めたんですよね。
On that note, you recently moved out on your own, right?
ああ、引っ越し資金貯まったんで、ようやくって感じというか。
Now that I saved enough money, just figured about right time.
実家にいたら可愛い彼女も連れ込めないもんね。
After all, you can't bring your cute girlfriend over when your family's around.
下心めっちゃあるみたいに言わないでくださいよ。
Stop trying to make it sound like I have ulterior
俺
motives.
はあくまで事務所に通いやすいとこに住もうと。
Just wanted to have an easier commute to work.
もう周知の事実ですから、無理に取り繕うことないですよ。
Everybody knows about you two, so you don't really have to be so flustered. Mm-hmm.
なんだよそのじとめは。やましいことなんかないっての。
With that glare, I'm not up to anything, I swear! After spending some more time with us, Sina and Nishijima headed off to work. The rest of us mingled with the crew for the celebration. The next day, Kazuma was shopping together for daily necessities.
ああ、昨日はなんだか最後ひどい目にあったぜ。ゆきとさんが変なこと言い出すから、その後もみんな好き放題言いやがって。
Last night was so rough at the end. It's all Yukito's fault for saying stuff that got everyone on my case. Come on, don't be like that. They were encouraging you in their own way. More importantly, we need to buy you some necessities for your new place. You'll need cloth pan pins. What? Clothespins? Clothespins. Clothespins. I know what those are. And a small cutting board.
お、この観葉植物とかどうよ。飾ったらおしゃれじゃね。
How about this houseplant? I could really spruce the place up. Save that for later. You're buying things that you actually need. Yes, ma'am. Kazuma pouted dramatically, but then a grin broke onto his face. What? Your smile is creeping me out.
彼氏に向かってキモい言うなよ。
Don't call your boyfriend
いや
creepy.
なんつうかさ、まるで奥さんみたいだな。
I was just thinking that you're acting like my wife
俺が
now.
愛する彼女って考えると、なんかニヤニヤが止まらない。
When I think about my lovely girlfriend, I just can't stop smiling.
言って。
What's that for? Shut up. At least save the embarrassing talk for when we're at home.
今の聞いたぜ。俺をキュン死させる気か。
Ugh, that one got me really good. You trying to charm me to death? Oh, Kazuma.
ただいまーっていうのもまだまだ慣れねえな。
Oh, oops, wrong button. I'm home. Dang, I'm still not used to this. It's only been a week since you
でも
moved.
引っ越し直後に比べたら少しはそれらしくなったろ。
Looking better than when I first got here, though. Yeah, it was nothing but cardboard boxes. You've really cleaned up. Good
それは俺
boy.
のセリフだっての。買い物とかも助けてもらったし、
That's my line. You're a lifesaver with the shopping.
これで調理器具も揃ったから、俺ってほどじゃねえけど、今日は俺が腕を振るってやるよ。
Now that I've got kitchen tools, cooking for you might not be enough to make up for this, but it's time to show you my skills. As promised, Kazuma whipped up a great meal, and we dug in and
そうい
relished.
やお前さ、またシナリオコンテストに応募したって言ってたよな。
Didn't you say you're going to enter another writing contest? I would, but I was afraid my boyfriend might get jealous. Kazuma brought up the recent work as we were unloading the last of his
その
things.
結果が出るのっていつ頃になるんだ？
When will they announce the results? Not quite yet, I don't think. This is a big contest, so there'll be several preliminary rounds. I had made several revisions to the longer script that Professor Asagi had praised, and now it was contest ready.
そっか。じゃあしばらくは時々。
Gotcha. You're going to be antsy for a while then. Yep. But I'm confident this time. I put a lot of work and effort into the script.
どんな話だ？
What's the story like? I beckoned Kazuma closer and his eyes glittered with interest. I opened my laptop and showed him the file, lowering my voice to a whisper. The title is Lover Pretend. It's a love story about a girl chasing her dreams and her very awkward childhood friend. They fall in love, drift apart, and fall in love again. It's a story about their journey. Ah. Kazuma's expression was surprised for a moment before he smiled.
それじゃ、物語の結末は
Then I hope the story has a happy ending. Blushing red, he pulled me into his arms. My heart is pounding. Here I thought I'd get used to this now that we've hugged so many times as we felt each other's warmth. Kazuma murmured into my ear.
またお前には先に行かれちまいそうだな。
Got ahead of me again. What do you mean? Didn't you just earn second place in a contest?
俺だって頑張ってるし。でも、まだまだ足りねえ。
I'm working hard too, but it
次こそ
isn't
は
enough.
大賞を取ってみせるから、またフォトモデル頼むぜ。
I'll win a big prize next time. Just you wait. I'll have you be my model again. Okay, if you want. It flustered me at first, but I got used to it. Last time you styled my hair with a floral theme. What are we going to do this time? Does the contest even have a theme?
もちろんあるぜ。
Yeah, it sure does. I wasn't sure why Kazuma was smirking. I'd known him long enough to sense danger, and I intrusively edged away from him.
おっと逃がさね
Oh, no, you don't. Kazuma reached out and hugged me tight to prevent my escape. What is
え。
that
実はもう
for?
道具とか準備してあるんだ。せっかくだし。今から始めよ
I've
うぜ。
already got everything set up. Since you're here, let's get started now. Is he doing my makeup or... My hair rustled softly and pleasantly as he brushed it. At the same time, he used a hairdryer to give my hair some volume. I could feel Kazuma shaping the flow of my hair with his gentle touch.
やっぱお前の髪って触り心地めちゃくちゃいいよな。
Your hair feels so nice to the
どうして
touch.
いつまでだっていじってられるっつう
I feel like
か
I could play with it forever. Flattery will get you nowhere, you
さ
know.
政治じゃねえって。職業柄ものすごい数の髪に触れてきた俺が言うんだから間違いない。
I'm just giving my honest opinion after touching countless people's hair. I'm sure he's biased, though.
やっぱここは A ラインに合わせるって感じ。
Maybe this would look more refreshing as an A-line cut.
盛るかどうかの判断。すげえ難しいなこれ。
It's really hard to decide whether to lift up your hair for more volume. I thought about how Kazuma had styled so many actors and models, yet here he was working on little old me. Getting the same treatment as a superstar made me a little bashful. I abandoned myself to Kazuma's touch as I listened to his comforting voice in my ear. After an hour of trial and error, finished. I slowly opened my eyes. Aww. Oh no. Wow. It was me in the mirror, yet it wasn't me. My skin looked clear and bright, free of even the slightest imperfection. Eyelashes lengthened with extensions and curled, cheeks tinged pink as if they were flush, and beautifully arranged hair that evoked a bouquet of
感
flowers.
想は花嫁さん。
Your opinion, Miss Bride? Yes, the contest theme was the greatest day of one's life, something most women would only experience once in a lifetime. I never knew a bride's hairstyle could look so wonderful. I'm just so impressed. I didn't know what to say.
満足していただけたようで何より。
I'm glad you're
でもさ、
pleased.
実はまだ完成じゃないんだよ。
It isn't actually done yet. Really? It already looks perfectly beautiful to me, though.
結婚式の花嫁にとって肝心なものが抜けてる。
A groom? We're still missing something crucial for a newlywed bride, you mean? Before I could get the words out. Oh, that's not what I pictured at all. Ah! Kazuma's hand caressed my cheek and his lips closed in.
花嫁に必要なのはさ、
No, I mean, that's accurate, but you kissed her instead, so
素敵な花嫁だろ。
a bride needs a groom. Oh. We smiled and kissed again, and the sweet sensation stole away my
今は
thoughts.
まだこれも結婚式の振りだけど。
But that was just a pretend wedding
俺た
ritual.
ちが恋人の振りからこうして恋人になったみたいに。
In the same way we went from a pretend couple to a
いつか
real one.
必ず本物にしような。
Let's make this real one day. I can't wait. for now, I'd like to practice some more.
いくらでも。
I'll do it as much as you want. We kissed so much that I forgot to breathe, but that was the joy of it on its own, was it? I was overwhelmed with unimaginable happiness as we felt each other's warmth without a shred of a shed of cloth between us. What's happening? Are you saying it's been a long, winding road, but I'm sure that my true love is here. It was right here all along. Kazuma and I kissed deeper and deeper, basking in our overflowing love. Gasp. Gasp. Okay. Saving.
ラバープリテンド。
I'm not over this. All right, so we have good ending and bad ending as well. So that's all that's left, I think. Just the same for his. Nice. We're gonna be doing Yukito after I eat food. Yay! I'm so hungry. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that story. I don't think the relationship is healthy. But what do I know? So anyways, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back maybe in half an hour, about 2-ish, I think, maybe, to continue on and do Yukito's story. In the meantime, I'm going to eat. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, so you can watch my more recent stuff on Twitch. Or if you're on Twitch and you want to see my older stuff, I upload everything onto YouTube. Thank you so much. Bye!